What is up, ladies and gents? It is your friendly neighborhood BJJ podcast from Rafa Sparza, coming to you live from Strength and Mobility tonight. Yes, tonight we will be watching a UFC fight card. It's been a minute since we've done one of these fight companions, but we've been busy. We have been very, very busy. And busy is actually a very good thing to be here. Oh my goodness. There's Benil Darush. I just saw him a week ago when I was visiting the Kings in Anaheim. Very nice. If you guys haven't got the opportunity to go out there, we highly encourage you to go visit. Great gym, huge, huge space, and very cool to be and get to see that sort of stuff. But while we're here, let's just double check. Let's make sure that we are live on the Instagram as well. And you guys, if you're watching right now, we would love it if you could give us one of those little likes, one of those little subscribes, all that sort of stuff. It definitely helps us. So we do appreciate you guys, and we will be watching out all night long for comments and for individuals who are going to be popping in and out. So yes, we will have guests who will be coming to commentate. I hope that you guys are in for a long night. If you're watching with friends, turn off their broadcast, turn off their audio. You don't need to hear. There's not even a Joe Rogan tonight. He didn't even show up. He had stuff to do tonight. So instead, you're hearing what Michael Bisping and Daniel Cormier and John Anik. Listen, get the next best Mexican equivalent to John Anik, which is this guy. So very pleased to have you guys. We hope that you'll be with us for the long haul. But big news in the world of comic books. It is announced that Robert Downey Jr. will return into the Marvel Universe, not as Iron Man, but he will be playing Doctor Doom now. That news just breaking. Doctor Doom will be played by one Robert Downey Jr., who was famously Iron Man for a number of years. So very intrigued to see how that one will play out. Very excited to have one of the most talented individuals of his generation joining in and doing that. So that is what we got going on for you guys tonight. It is very interesting to watch tonight's card as it is emanating out of a foreign destination. They are essentially in the backyard of one Paddy Pimblett, who is going to be on the card a little bit later here tonight. And that'll be very interesting to see. What is up, Danny Pie? We got together with some friends over this weekend. I got to see Choach and I got to see Max, and we had some old-timey fun. Danny, if you're still there, what was the name of the bar we went to? when we were in forensics. We used to go to a bar and get drunk and do karaoke, and we couldn't remember the name of it. I think it's out in Diamond Bar. I want to say it's off Diamond Bar Boulevard, but I couldn't put the name of it together. And you know what happens when you go to those destinations when you're a kid and you start trying to remember it as an adult? You go, I don't recall. And if you do recall it, it probably changed from way back in the day. What's up, Chenzo? Hope all is well, buddy. Saw that you were competing on a card. Great to see you getting back out there, bud. Hope all is well with you and training is going well. And yes, some of you will be tuning in and wondering, oh, will you be showing the fights tonight? So here's the thing, guys. We don't show the fights. We give you a little bit of play-by-play commentary. We do everything possible rather than actually showing it because the UFC will definitely do their best to try to take down these streams. As it is, sometimes they block the audio because they will hear us giving props on over. What's up, Doc? They'll hear us giving props to people whenever we're listening to the post-fight interviews, and they'll think that we are replaying them. So, is what it is. And I see this, and it says, "Thanks for doing this. Still unboxing, and nice to have this in the background." Well, thank you, Egghead Warrior. I did see that comment pop up, and let me just double check. You know, it didn't actually come my way on the broadcast, so I'm definitely looking out for that here. Thank you very, very much for that, buddy. Definitely giving some love and appreciation to that. And as you guys are watching along tonight, we will do our best to give you some analysis that maybe you wouldn't hear anywhere else. But tonight for the early fights, I think some of you may be learning about these characters, these individuals, as they're coming through and fighting for your attention. In the meantime, feel free to drop us some notes in the comment section. I will be keeping eyes and ears on all of them. And in the meantime, if you have any questions or thoughts or comments, feel free to send them our way as well. All right, so this is the first fight. Giga Chikadze, who's standing at 6 feet tall, about a $150 something. Dude looks skinny AF. And again, we had just mentioned he's been training with Benil Dariush, and that is no bad slouch of a training partner or coach to have. So very good to see how he is going to fare here tonight. He has a very good test in a dance partner on the other side of the cage in one Arnold Allen, who is ranked 6th in his division. And speaking of friends, we are joined by friends here tonight, and I'm very excited to have, well, not just one, but let's say the co-owners of Strength and Mobility, longtime friends, Court and Sven. How are you guys doing here tonight?
Good, man. Thanks for having us.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
man, thank you.
Oh, dude, thank you
It's
guys for
awesome.
hosting. It has been far too long since we have gotten to do one of these, and I've always enjoyed doing them with you guys. You guys are a blast. Your gym is amazing. It's really cool to see it continue to grow.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's awesome that you're here back again. It's always fun to have Verbal Tap podcast in the house.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, man, and having our beers and ready for the fights.
Dude, amazing, amazing. I'm very happy to have you guys joining us here tonight. But I have to ask you that on this, how excited are you about tonight's fights? Like, I know we're right now in the middle of our first main event fight, but has there been a fight earlier tonight that you really enjoyed that you saw a little bit earlier?
Well, you knew that heated whatever between Makayev and Manel Cape, that was awesome. They were a bit tentative, obviously wanting to be safe, I'm sure, but that was something I was looking forward to for sure.
I always wonder, especially if you're Paddy Pimblett, like how much does it feel like you have to perform for your home audience? Like they don't get a ton of these cards. Like today we're complaining. That's like, oh geez, they're across the pond. Look at these guys. But meanwhile to me, I'm like, oh, you're gonna perform at 7 p.m. our time. I don't have time to watch it on whatever governor time you guys are on.
Yeah,
I need it now.
It's late there, right?
It is super late. Like
Yeah.
it may be into the morning, I think, for them.
Yeah, 1 a.m. or something.
Yeah. But so that was good. Was there any other fight that caught your attention? Because I saw the meatball fight kind of getting some pokes from some of the audience.
Yeah, she was a big, heavy favorite and then ended up just getting kind of pieced up the whole time.
Yeah. And you know what? They usually pair her together with Paddy, and they're supposed to be good luck for each other. But I think that broke a few fights ago.
Yeah, that didn't end well for her, especially with the amount of backing that she's had coming in the big fights.
Oh yeah,
she is a good promoter though.
No,
gotta give her
absolutely.
that, right?
I always think of it like this: you and your co-fighter, if you would, the person you're facing, your opponent, your dance partners. Like this is, you got to sell this together. So if the other person's leading that dance, I'm not that offended by it. Say whatever you want to
Right.
about me. It's fine. I just got a note here from Egghead Warrior who said he just moved from, I believe, the East Coast. And he says, main event at 7:30. Damn, I love the West Coast. Get used to it, buddy. Wait until you have a Super Bowl. You won't feel as hurtful in the morning because
Yeah, Monday will be easy.
that Monday is a little bit easier. I just, dude, especially when because these things now, with their main event, they'll go at 10 p.m. our time.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm like, y'all, we got
1 a.m.
We
East
gotta,
Coast.
you know what I mean? We gotta wrap this up. So I definitely get into my phase here. Sven, what has been going on lately, sir? Like, what has been going on here at the gym? You guys, I think
We're
the last
training every day.
You are
That's what we're
training
doing.
every
We're just
day.
in the trenches. We like that stuff. Head down and just keep stepping. That's the whole gym's theme.
I just love the fact that every time I come here, I notice something new about your students on the grappling side. So if I come for an open mat, I'm always like, just trying to figure out what you guys have been working on, and I'll literally be like, they were working on mount. Okay,
Yeah,
I can 100% tell that was our latest focus this week.
Yeah. We'll try to at least give 4 to 6 weeks of position, expand on it, find the transitions, the submissions, the defenses, etc., and then, move on.
Very, very nice. Yeah, Sven very nicely was like, hey man, can I call next for one of the next fight
Dude,
nights?
these are too awesome.
And I was like, absolutely. But you know what's been happening is now I'm commentating fights for Sparstar, and they keep taking Saturdays.
As you should.
I'm happy about it, but they'll be like, the latest one, they go, September 14th, clear your schedules. And I go, okay. Is that the Sphere night? Oh, all right. So some of the guys were like, are we getting together Sphere night? And I was like, you guys can do whatever you want. I unfortunately cannot.
Booked. That's cool, man. You get booked early, though.
Hey, man, I like to tell people being busy is a good problem to have. It's just sometimes there are really good fights you don't want to miss.
Yeah.
And especially if you're commentating other fights, you don't want to be disrespectful to those dudes in front of you in the cage being like, these guys are all right. But what's happening with Diego Lopez?
Yeah, you're that dude at church with his phone watching the football game.
Which, by the way, I want to point this out. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think if the Lord wants my time, he wouldn't have put that football
he have
game on at
invented
that
football?
time. You know
What
what I
was-
mean? And I feel like the modern interpretation of using a cell phone is like, well, this is a good tool to have sometimes. Like, use it for what it's supposed to be good for.
Exactly.
Let me go ahead and see here. I want to double check if anybody's putting here. Unfortunately, I did sign up for X, and I don't know that
Judo,
it.
I got a black belt. Did you see that? We just saw that pop up on your screen right there.
What is that?
You got a black belt in judo.
I did see that. That was kind of wild, by the way. Simgo, I like this setup. You can hit a setup out of a bench presses in between fights. Well, I will not sim. but these boys over here, they get after it every single morning. Like, I love when by the time I've woken up, you guys have already had like 2 sets of classes in the morning. And I always think that's super dope to see. But Sim, just in case you're wondering, if I'm ever in Vegas, I'd be happy to bring the setup on over to you guys out at Simgo Jiu-Jitsu. Some of the greatest jiu-jitsu in Las Vegas. Love those. Ooh! That knee, like, it's weird because it staggered him for a second. He just had to turn around. He was fine. Jesus.
Just got to unspin the swirly you got from the knee.
So, okay. Good, decent first round for both of these
I'm
gentlemen.
going to send my dad the link.
Do you want the link to the YouTube?
Oh, we're ahead of him. Sweet.
Oh, we're slightly ahead.
Yeah.
Dude, here's the thing.
5 seconds, probably.
I don't know that people know
Oh,
this.
it popped up like immediately.
But whenever we do one of these shows, we're usually ahead of the people, and so I'm always like, people by the end of the night crowd around this one over at
We're in the
Milton's.
future.
So because they're always like, I want to hear what happens first, and I go, okay. So by the end of the night, the whole background is just dudes just watching. I was gonna send you the link, but you got it yourself. Thank you very much for that.
It just popped up on my feed. You were.
It's we try. Oof. It didn't catch as like in crazy as I thought it did, but it was still a decent hit, especially toward the end of that round.
I want no one's foot that near to my face.
It is weird because there are those moments where sometimes you aren't necessarily making a mistake. You're trying to shoot in, and then something just happens in between on that. What's up, man?
Who do you like more, DC or Ariel as a good guy? Against Chael. Chael's the best bad guy opposite of that show.
Yeah. I don't know. Because here's the weird part. Ariel's more of what I do, so I can't hate him, but I probably judge him harsher. And DC I like. I just don't want him doing commentary here. Like he's a dude that I'm like, dude, he's so good on the telestrator. He has great knowledge. But when you put him in a live format and he doesn't know what to talk about, it's just a weird hodgepodge of like, anyway, I went to go see a movie this week. And you go, what is this? Talk about the fight, bro. Nobody cares that you saw Barbie in the theaters, man. Like, talk about what you're supposed to be talking about.
One of the best wrestlers, UFC 2 division champion.
Absolutely.
But you've been good enough at a bunch of stuff. You don't have to be awesome at commentating.
No, you don't have to. But if you have the slot, you better be good at it.
Right.
Just make the use out of it. So I do judge that a little bit harsher. I might actually be on that DC is better at it.
No.
Yeah, and it's because I'll say this. DC also look at this. Look at this
I'm not
airdrop
doing
delivery. I do love the fact that this dude literally dropped them in like just like a baby stork delivery system.
Definitely.
So you have one.
There's
Well,
nothing that will make me do
Wait,
that.
Val's taking one.
you don't have to,
What if
sir.
Val
This is,
takes one? You want to take one?
That'd
Right
be-
now?
oh, I'm okay for right now, dude. Unfortunately, I have to.
We have 4 more fights.
I will
after
tell you this right now. As the pilot of this thing,
We got a long night.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
the last thing you want to do is have the one that's supposed to talk for a long time unable to make words by the end of it.
Good point.
Um,
Can't argue that one.
but I pace myself. So if there is any time to take a shot, it is now, because over at Milt's, like I have a cutoff, and I'll look at the guys who are like, "We're gonna take shots," and I was like, "You guys are cut off at 8:30. There is a last call because all of you dum-dums don't make good decisions after that."
What do you think about
True.
Southpaws having a bit of advantage always facing Orthodox?
Dude, I'm very intrigued by it because
It's like lead foot battles. It's a lot of, I don't know, you don't get as many.
do you?
left-handed
Well,
hooks.
I'll return that with a question: is do you feel it's harder to prepare for a southpaw? Because to me, it just seems slightly tricky for my skill set.
I think that, I'm sure it's like when you see less of it, it's going to be harder to make reads of, but got to keep that distance. You got to be safe at all angles.
It is
Look
a
out for him.
ooh, nice. That was a solid kick by Giga there.
You got nasty kicks.
He really does, dude. And I mean, he's landed a couple of those very, very solidly. So very good stuff on his side. But yeah, if I see somebody who's southpaw and I'm not prepared for it, my brain, as it is, it's already like slightly dyslexic. So sometimes when I see a reverse angle on a camera, it looks normal to me. I go, that seems right. And then 2 seconds later, I go, that looks like a mirrored image. Uh-oh. But it's also part of the reason why when I learn jiu-jitsu moves, it takes me a half second to calculate it. And then I go, oh, if I'm going to be teaching, I better not be an idiot. Like, I better teach them the right way as opposed to that. Gentlemen, I'm going to push these microphones
Let
slightly
me
up
lean
to you
in.
if you would not mind over that side. Thank you for that. But yes, and by the way, thank you for the beers. I love the fact that Sven was very quick to make sure as I was setting
We
up.
got
he's like,
more.
oh, that's fine. I can drink that. Beer and I will go very well together. But I like the fact that I'm setting up and Sven's over on the side being like, boss, can I get you a
setup
beer?
beer.
And I'm like,
The setup beer.
yeah, absolutely. I go, but you know what? I have to set up like a certain amount. Like 50% has to be up before I let it like enter the mouth. Otherwise, I'm like, nah, I didn't earn it. Ooh,
Oh,
that was
sheesh.
solid.
Fell into that hook, huh?
Very much did. And you know what I mean? Charging back right now with the last 50 seconds of the second round. That's a very good statement to be making on that. Checking over with our friends on Instagram. Yes, if you guys are noticing, we are on multiple stream areas. So I saw a few friends. What's up, Kevin Ross? What are you
Kevin
doing
Ross.
watching us? You're on vacation,
What's up,
brother.
Mr. Kevin?
Kevin
That dude's a beast.
Kevin is a beast, but dude, he's on vacation in Arizona right
Oh,
now.
nice.
That's not vacation. It's hot as hell.
Yeah, right? It's
He's
hot as
sweating
hell.
right now.
Yo. But if you saw the views,
No
From
relief
Arizona.
there.
I was about to say, if you saw the views that he got at the hotel he's staying at.
Oh, yeah? Where's he at?
Was it the Lowe's? I think.
I
out
mean,
that
what
way?
city?
Tucson, I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so he's out that way. It
Nice.
looks amazing.
Awesome.
So I was very happy for him, and I've seen his wonderful wife also put up some photos from the pool with margarita in hand. I'm just like, you guys enjoy your time as a family,
He's
please.
such a
Way to
light
go.
heavyweight. You know what I mean? Like, as a heavyweight, he can move, man.
Yep.
You know, the only thing I will say about Kevin's movement is it is so superb. Like, it is so fun to watch, but it amazes me that if that dude grapples for 5 minutes, he's just like dude, I can't do this. And I go, you can box all these fools like nothing.
I
But you
remember.
grapple
No,
for-
I remember he was
I
at
did
least
too.
185 or something.
Well,
we would
he's
be
not that
rolling.
anymore,
Like,
you know what I
he
mean?
was-
That was like 10 years ago.
He's not, you know what I mean? But he's a boss. He's still got great grappling instincts, but he's one of the guys over at the gym that I go, hey, are we going to roll? And he goes, no. And then I go like, hey, bro, like, I think it's fun. You should stay training. And then he'll do it. And then he'll hit me up and he's like, my knees were hurting all week, bro. And I go, from
If you throw
what?
it
It's
in
like
once
Danny
every 3
Glover and
weeks,
Lethal
it's
Weapon. He's
gonna
getting
hurt.
too old for this shit.
But I just
One
like
of the
to,
guys in the group chat sent that Rocky Apollo. He's like, "We're not who we used to be."
Yeah, right.
When you're in your 40s, thinking you're in your 20s. Or
Oh
something.
my God.
Whatever. We're still in our 20s.
Hey,
aren't
There
bro.
we go.
I'll say
The cool
this.
thing about high school is
I'll say this. I feel in better shape than I was back then. So I think that is good. But like in terms of recovery time, I don't feel like it happens as fast anymore. I feel like half the time, dude, if anything like marks me up, like I get like something that just scratches me, I feel like it
Like
used to be like a
weeks.
day and a half. Now it's like there for weeks and people are like, what's wrong with you? And I go, I think my body's just giving up, dude. All right, round 3 of Allen and Chikadze, which has been, it's actually evolved into a fairly fun fight.
it seems like damage is even, but then you go, what's the next criteria? Octagon control,
Yeah.
ring generalship.
Well, now Allen has been a little bit more forceful since the second half.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah. I thought at the first, Chikadze actually was doing a great set of countering. Like, I thought he was at least leading on the striking part of it for the first 5 minutes or so. Now Allen's just come back with a vengeance, man.
So 29-28, exactly how the odds makers had it.
Maybe. I mean,
You think they know what they're talking about?
We have a dog.
no, it's okay. Listen, anybody who's watched any of my shows knows that my dogs, you guys have the, like, forceful dog. I got these little tiny, like, bark,
Yeah.
woof, woof
Yeah,
dogs.
They're
she's
Yorkshire
in the background
Terriers,
trying to
right, or
get
something?
food right now.
I got 2. One is a French bulldog and one is a pug zoo. Both of them are adorable, but the worst. Yeah.
Samsonite.
So let me ask this: what fight would you say that you were the most excited about here tonight, Sven?
Well, for sure, I know there's going to be a knockout in Leroy Duncan versus Gregory Rodrigues, RoboCop. For sure, there's going to be a
Okay.
knockout there, dude. Those
Okay.
guys don't. But then that makes you think, like, okay, now they're going the distance.
Yeah.
All the money on the distance.
Okay. All the money on the.
Um,
Okay.
I guess Aspinall. I think all the fights are pretty intriguing. I don't have
Okay.
like one that I'm like, oh, this is going to be insane.
So you brought up Aspinall, and I feel like Aspinall has some weird pressure that I'm not even sure he's put on himself, just because of the way of the world where it's like, we don't know what's happening with John Jones. Are you gonna fight him? And he's like, I'd like to. It's just like, well, we need John Jones to figure out what John Jones is gonna do right now first.
I mean, he's a strategist, right? He's not
Yeah,
going to. Come on. Money, like, save the record. Stipe's the old goat
Did you see?
who's leaking out of his udder or something. I don't know.
Did you see the stat that's like Stipe has no longer fought anybody that's in the UFC in the past like X many years or so? It is an incredible stat that I go. And look at this,
Yeah, man.
Allen has Chikadze on the back foot this entire round.
He's taking over this round for sure.
And then same for you, Court. Was there any fight in particular that you were looking forward to the most tonight?
The same with it's RoboCop and Duncan. I think that's going to be fight of the
That's
night.
a solid pick here. I found
Because-
this. Oh, go ahead. I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
Those guys are just. I mean, they knock people out. The only person they lost to is the same guy in the UFC.
Facts.
So I
Who?
think, who did they lose to?
Yeah.
I don't even know. It's
Give- hold on.
Spearfinal, something like that.
Let me do a fact
Spearfinal?
check here.
Spearfinal. Don't
Hold
quote me
hold
on that.
It's my favorite vodka. Don't talk about that.
Right? Don't
It's on
quote
the
me on
bottom
that.
shelf in
You mix it with
plastic.
Sprite and a
It's
lime. It's like the
$7.
most amazing.
And the worst hangover on the planet.
It's the one at Costco. They just put up and they're like, drink at your own
Yeah, right.
risk,
It
bro.
Don't
says
they say Costco
Kirkland.
has the
It means it's the
best
best.
The
stuff
Kirkland
ever?
isn't
Yeah.
bad. It's
He
honestly
had like a
They're the
wine
Grey
hack.
Goose.
Didn't he have a wine
Yeah,
hack on
there's
the
a
YouTube podcast.
there's this guy on Bon Appetit. He's a sommelier. Go
Yeah,
check
yeah.
him out. Yeah, he did a whole tasting of all of the hard alcohols at Costco and their wines, and he said that Grey Goose denies it, but Kirkland is Grey Goose.
That's amazing.
We refuse
Right?
to comment. No comment.
we recently did a little small thing for the wife, and they told us that we could bring our own booze. So then, literally putting us in charge of our own destiny made us go like, "Ooh, we could get this. Ooh, but we're getting this one." And I remembered when we got around to like different kinds of booze, I go, "There's nothing wrong with like Costco alcohol." I go,
Right.
"In fact, that Kirkland is probably going to be better than this." And my wife was swearing by the like Costco Kirkland tequila. She's like, "It's been a good time." And I go, "It's your birthday. We can do whatever you want, man."
They have good pizza.
Oh,
They do have a good pizza.
that pizza comes
They
through
haven't
in
changed their
clutch.
prices.
And the $1.50 hot dog forever or something.
Right.
Listen, dude, that
Let's go.
dollar.
Is this a Costco podcast?
Hey, listen, man. If we could get them to sponsor us, I would be a-okay on any part of this. I don't know if you noticed this, but
Man,
if you,
Alan is picking them apart.
I was about to say, so when we were talking just a few seconds ago, there was a moment where it gave us the stats and it said how close it was on percentage and significant strikes. So when you were giving your criteria, you're like, well, then it comes down to octagon control, other factors. If that's the case, and we're going by your criteria, I think Alan just won that fight.
I think Alan won that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hey, you know what the odds maker said?
Mm.
Minus 260. It goes the distance. They knew it was going the distance. They knew that they were going to be tactical, smart.
That's fair. I mean,
God damn it.
Can't
they just be reckless and crazy?
Just sitting right here in the middle of the cage.
Just put in the first 10 seconds, not the last 10 seconds. Just point to the middle.
Listen, dude, point to the middle is, dude, I don't even do that at grappling. I have no,
That would be
even like no right to tell anybody else to do that. Like half the time I'm still like, oh, what a shot, dude. Yeah, and I mean,
Ooh,
just connecting
That was
so
a good
well.
one.
Yeah, MMA him
For sure.
Hey, I saw that karate combat post. Is that it's MMA now?
Okay.
Or are they karate?
Yeah, it's confusing.
They're striking
It's striking. It's
with takedowns
kind of
and
yeah,
submissions.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
And
Yeah,
then
so it's MMA.
they've also got some jiu-jitsu as like separate things they do. It's
Like
very,
one?
kind of like, yeah, they're like specialty fights that all of a sudden they just do, and people hit me up and they're like, "Oh, what do you think of it?" I go, "I'm glad that people get opportunities, and they put together some fun individuals, even if the matchups are slightly askew. Like they're not perfect matches, but I go, I think I know what they're trying to do with this.
Get highlights?
Yeah,
Like, what
it's
do you do?
kind of
with
like
not
highlights, but it's like
perfect matches.
it's
You
just
get
kind of like the
highlights.
guys who they pick on there. You go, they're the right people, but maybe wrong opponents for each other. And then when that happens, you get.
Styles make fights.
And then, well, yeah, I guess the other day, some people were watching it and they go, boo, boo. And then, like, the middle of the three fights was one of my homies, JJ Wilson, who was taking on Aljo. And I thought, what an opportunity for
Grappler?
JJ. Yes, excellent grappler. And Arnold Allen is your winner
Like
by
the only
unanimous
thing the
decision.
UFC would let them do.
So,
There
a
you go.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt. I like that they put that stat up at the very end when it was 0 grappling.
Right?
Like,
7
He's just been
submission
picking him
attempts.
apart with his steak. Hey, by the way, he's a brown belt. Just to remind everybody in case you forgot.
it's like we did some research, and I'll be damned if I don't use this research here tonight. He also loves going to Walmart.
Right? Whoever got that stat out was like, this was supposed to happen in the first round.
Might be a fighter thing. Like, hey, did you forget last time to mention my brown belt?
I mean, to be honest, dude, I would be telling people like, yo, you don't have to tell them I'm a purple belt. Like, you really don't. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to mention it. Even
What was
some-
it? Demetrius Johnson, white belt, suplex arm barring people.
Oh my god, yeah. And now just terrorizing people in the freaking brown belt masters
Absolute,
divisions.
yeah.
And you go,
I just saw that the other day, right? Where he just wiped that fool with the that
and
was
I'm like,
crazy.
dude, I love that he's doing it. But I almost feel like we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna have to have like a pro.
Everyone else
Masters
gives him his
division.
belt
Well,
except
yeah,
for his
right, it
coach.
has to
Everyone's
get to
like
that
throwing
level.
black belts at
I'm
him.
like, listen, dude,
Stop.
the accountant coming with his wife and kid is just looking to have a good match. And I'm sure
Right.
somewhere in the back of his mind is like, oh, it's super dope. I got a match with Mighty Mouse. Past tense, I had a match with Mighty Mouse. He just killed me in
But
20
what
seconds.
if you're that guy that rolls him up that one time? It could happen.
That's true.
There are people walking around gyms that are beasts like that just have a normal job where it's like they train, and if they have that opportunity, it might happen.
Court, I would never disagree with you, except for one thing. The
It's Mighty
statistics
Mouse.
don't really have any part of that.
That dude's different.
So there's a part of me that's
Right?
just like, yo, anything's possible, except statistically this is
Well,
not.
for sure.
It's like
right?
the best compliment if you're like, you move like a lighter guy. You know, like those lightweight classes, they're so more advanced technically.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
so sick.
Absolutely. And you know what, dude? I'm so stoked for this season of Dana White's Contender
I haven't
Series.
watched one yet, but it seems like now I should start just watching
Here,
some.
so we've seen friends like Raul Rosas get the call up, but somebody even closer to us this season is going to be on. That's Cody Steele, who is had a series of
With a
really,
K,
really
right?
yeah. By the way, the first time I interviewed him, I was like, Cody Steele, that's the real name? And he goes, yeah. I was like, bro, it sounds like a porn name. Like, and then his mom's like right off to the camera. I was like, did you know you kind of name like it's kind of got like a porn
You
name?
just
Dude, I have no problem telling that to people. Listen, the worst part is I think what happens is people will give you a look like, what? I go, am I wrong? And his mom's laughing. I'm like, she's laughing. We're fine. Everybody chill the hell out. But Cody Steele, he has one of the opportunities, and super, super happy for that guy because he is a longtime friend of the show, and he is a human suplex highlight machine. It is like this dude got disqualified from IBJJF because he hit like an arching German suplex.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
He's like, I controlled him.
he did it looked dope AF.
He
Like,
controlled him.
you know what I mean?
Was
Like,
projecting to put that much force downward. It was part of the plan. That's control.
so okay, let me ask this.
Yep.
With your students, like what were you working this week at your jiu-jitsu class?
We've been on half guards
Mm.
last week. Now we're moving into passing.
Okay.
Dogfight was big goal. You know, we worked from Z guard and then lockdown and then
Very nice.
underhooks.
Underhooks indeed. I mean, listen, you are definitely one of the best resources for that. So I feel like
Yeah, man. Well, Alder hooked it up, you know, so that's a little bit of the game there, but it just works. So
Yeah.
it works.
it is very nice and refreshing to be able to come in and see those things. I just always like to get a base on what you're working on. And like you'll mention you'll do something for 4 to 6 weeks, right? So are you in the middle of it or did you just finish on that side?
Just finished up.
Okay, nice.
You know, we were adding in like that butterfly hook from half guard too.
Mhm.
Lobes is pretty dope at that.
He is good. You know, the worst position that I find myself with Lobes, and I mean his mount's pretty good. He's pretty heavy. It's that when he gets that butterfly hook and that Gordon Ryan pinch with that shoulder lock pinch, you're always like, I'm going to get swept. There's no stopping this.
Well, you just have your shoulder broke if you want instead.
I have. You know what I mean? Like I've definitely been very, very fighting it and very stubborn.
Because
But
of his calves. Have you seen his calves? They connect from his knee to his ankle. It's one large muscle of.
he does have some very Korean lady at a casino calves where you just go like, wow, that's impressive, ma'am. Good on you. It is very fun to see, but it looks like, dude, I love these shots that they do sometimes. Like when Megan Levy, basically they pan past her. I actually wish they would stay with that shot because WWE is now doing like a drone shot that like tracks like a Scorsese film.
Really?
So it's like a drone shot. They track them like making a
Fighter as
walkout
he
from
walks
outside.
out.
Well, they're wrestlers, so I'm always
In
like,
front
yeah,
or
do
over
that.
top or?
So what they do is they come in and back, and then it kind of like swerve around.
Oh,
So like
cool.
as they walk out, it is so impressive.
Someone's
to see
getting
that.
hit with that.
Yeah, well, actually, they have it so well staged that so far so good, and I don't know that you're gonna find too much that's out of the way of that, but I've been very very impressed with that world. So big shout
Can I
out
tell
to
you a
them.
story about this fight?
Please.
All right, so my dad's like, hey, for your birthday, we're gonna put down a bet,
Okay.
and I'm like, sick. So I start scoping out the card, and I'm looking, and I look at the odds, and Leroy Duncan, Gregory Rodrigues are pretty close, minus 145, plus 110 or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay, so, and I know Rodrigues has been in the UFC forever, watched him knock out a bunch of dudes. I'm like, and I've seen Leroy Duncan fight a couple times, and he's clean, he's newer.
Okay.
And I was like, oh shit, it must be like an age difference that they're giving Leroy Duncan the thing. And so I was like, you know what? Rodrigues must be like 38, 39. And Duncan must be like 26. But he's like 30 and 32. But now look at RoboCop. What is he? How old does he look? He doesn't look 32.
No, he does not
He
look
looks
32.
47 and a half.
That dude's been putting away a lot of money in his 401k for
That
years.
body has miles, dude.
He's 4 years away from collecting Social Security. That's how old
This is
that
going
dude
to be a
looks.
knockout fight. It has to be. Right?
Knockout.
Or are they going to be
Okay.
too clean or what? Are they going to be too, like, worried about getting knocked out?
Legitimately, I'm hoping for a knockout.
It's gonna be
So
a hard fight,
I'd like to see
First,
it happen in the second round. But
Quarter
I
Leroy
can't do that.
Duncan versus RoboCop right
It's
now.
happening right now.
Fight of the night right here.
This is
Or at
this is
least
what
knockout of the night.
this is
One
what-
or the other.
this is what Court has been waiting for. So
Yeah.
okay, why are you so excited for this fight? Like, what have you been looking forward, or why have you been looking forward to this fight?
I
sir?
think
It's the
just-
right weight class.
Yeah.
Yes.
Statistically, they're both they're both matched up against the right people. They're knockout artists. They're here to throw. They're there to throw and bang. And I think Leroy's just got that little bit of an edge where he's gonna take it tonight. And I think we're gonna see a future out of him.
You know, the future does seem very bright for him. So I've been very interested to see him on such an elevated stage.
And RoboCop's the guy, right?
Yep.
That would be a good stepping stone to be able to take out somebody like that because he's hard and tough as nails, right?
Absolutely.
That dude's got a
Do you
jaw.
think that because they're in England, they're going to be like, look, we want it to be pretty close so the casuals don't know, but we want the English guys to win so the English fans have a good time and then it promotes more the sport.
There's also that.
Is that a thing? That's a
I kind of wonder about it. I don't know. So,
Well, his home field is Vegas, right?
It's like we know
Yeah.
everyone's gonna think it's pretty
so
close.
my thing is, I wonder if there's a bonus incentive that they do, where they just kind of like, if it goes 2 rounds, maybe we'll give you more money, or if they say a knockout gets you this. So we either get a quick piece that we can put on our social media, or they say hey, 3 rounds gets you this much money.
Right, but
This
I mean,
is-
if you get a 30-second uppercut right here that ends the fight, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a fat.
little old
Yeah, I
Hayukin.
would think that would be a fat bonus.
I think so too, but I
If
think
it lit on
I
fire.
wouldn't be surprised if they use it to protect certain fighters.
Oh, for sure. Oh,
so
I
that
got
they
you.
they
Yeah.
have that in their back pocket. So to go to what you're saying,
Ouch.
I think it might be something they utilize. I don't know how often.
That
is the
might
only
as
thing.
well be fake. Then. You son of a bitch. You just ruined
I
this
don't know what you're talking about. Like, bro, if I'm in a fight, you better be paying them to be like, yo, this goes 3 rounds. I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm not trying to. I don't know. How this
Whatever
works.
they tried, no. I'm not agreeing to nothing. But again, I'm not ever gonna fight.
No, I mean,
Competition.
you've already fought. You've had your experience in that world, so you don't need to do it again.
There's one reason to fight. Touch my lady or my baby.
Oh, please
And
don't.
then we're
Oh,
done.
no. No one wants to see
No
you
one
fight.
wants
Like
to.
0 people
There's
want to see you
no
fight.
fight.
That's all that happens is then we just see the John Wick side of you come back
And
out.
by the way, the name is that they both lost to is Petrosian. So
Mm.
they both their
You
lost
mean Andre Petrovsky? Armin Petrusian. Oh.
Petrusian.
Petrucci,
Those
okay.
are their
Is that
only-
Superman? Is that what's his name?
Yeah, so let me.
So that's their losses,
Hold on,
right?
hold
So Duncan's
Both
only
by
lost.
decision.
Right, both
That
by
dude's-
decision.
That dude's
right?
a wide base.
So
karate
Petrusian
style.
Duncan hasn't lost every fight is knockouts.
okay. Before I continue, I just want to make sure
We're getting jacked up here.
it kind of, but the only thing that happened there was Court just gave us new information, and we were like, cool. And then Sven's like, I have another question about it, and I was like, wait, we just got some new information, and you already have new
That's me
questions.
listening to reply. That's a common
Sure.
error that I make.
But it was just,
Sorry.
it's
Don't
just-
we all?
it was just the worst part is Court just goes, man, I don't have time to double check this other nickname you're gonna give me to
The phone's
verify.
already in my pocket.
You know what it is? You're the person that has the 3 verifications that you have to do to be like, this is me. It's still me. I swear to God, I'm
all
not.
zeros, dude. Bing, bing, bing,
It's
bing,
all
bing, bing.
zeros. I just love the fact that I told them, I was like, yo, we're signing up for the X so that we can stream on X for ADCC and the Craig Jones Invitational. And I don't think we made it on this broadcast because we just did it tonight. And they sent us a note back. They're like, we have to verify you. And I'm like, blah. I want to stream now. But I go, you know what? We will have you guys to thank in 2 weeks for making sure I took that process down. Because my dumbass would have waited till the last second to be like, well, I can stream on X. I paid for it. Now I
Right.
can do it. So in 2 weeks, we will be able to stream. But unfortunately, tonight, no friends joining us from there
Guess
that
we'll
I'm
just
aware
say
of.
You're welcome.
Thank you. See, there you go. I guess the idea is there was this. You were asking me this. That's what I wanted to ask Court. Court, how old do you think RoboCop is?
Boy, he looks
I've already
like.
talked about this with
You've already talked. This is
Yeah,
where it came
like,
from.
pulling
Okay.
everyone's
I
ear,
just-
like,
I
I
just
feel
this
like he's been around
theory.
forever. Well, he has been around forever too.
He's
That's
from
what's
Brazil
crazy.
or Cuba, and he doesn't have a birth certificate. He's
He
natural.
doesn't
Right.
have
It's like
57.
bench warmers. I am 12.
Bro, listen, anybody who's done sports and was a kid, definitely, if you were playing at a high level, you'd go up against some adults that you were like, this
That
dude has
right?
a family, sir. I used to tell people, I was like,
Where's that dude? He had like a beard in junior high or something.
oh.
Yeah, I used to go to the liquor store right here in high school and buy alcohol without a problem.
Oh,
Yeah, no license or anything. They're just like, oh yeah, here you go.
how amazing that
He
they're
didn't have
like,
to shave in the army until like 4 years in
I
or
was gonna say,
something.
how amazing is that's still the same liquor place that you now have a business right next
Yeah,
to.
isn't that wild? It is a weird thing.
That now they're just like, how old are you?
Yeah,
and they're just
right.
like, nah,
You look
dude,
the
still-
same.
This dude's timeless.
Still
For the last 30 years.
That is amazing. You know, dude, the only thing that I recently had, 'cause so much has changed where I grew up at. We just sold my parents' house. And
Thank you.
when we went there, I looked around and the place that I used to go for Mexican food changed. So when I showed up there, it's a new Mexican restaurant, but on their flyer on the front, it says best tacos in LA. And I'm like, well, I'll be the judge of that. I walk in and I was like, yo, these are actually really
Oh,
phenomenal.
sick.
This is so good. I go,
That's
you know what? Arguably better than the greasy Mexican food that I had a fondness for. But I love that it was so like, no way, not at all. Oh God. Oh, I'm gonna buy 2 more
It's
to take
good
home.
to be won over, man. That's
yeah,
a nice
absolutely.
thing. Yo, Duncan's on his bike a little bit. I like RoboCop right now. I'm gonna call
Okay.
him for the win right now.
Okay. We got a very easy takedown.
Early
right there,
call.
bro.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, he just grabbed his leg. He's like, I'll sit. Working on my half guard.
It would have been.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
He's not getting a left underhook. That's a problem.
And for Duncan, this is
Look at-
only a second takedown allowed in the UFC, which you would almost assume, based on how easy that takedown was, it could have happened a lot before. But
Unless
maybe
he was
it's
already hurting before that.
it could be that, but it could also be that he has just respect for his game. Like, why am I going to waste energy here?
True.
This is already where we're at.
No, that's not right. Don't do that.
That
Frame
awesome.
and get your leg away.
I mean, now that he's going to get punched in the face, he's probably going to feel a little bit different about it than that natural ease. At the same point, not.
Anytime you feel like, this will be fine because it's easier, don't do that.
I mean, I think the weirdest part about these,
Don't do that.
the weirdest parts about these things are, it's nothing's a bad idea until it is. Like sometimes you just go like, oh, I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
this
hindsight,
was
right?
this is a bad choice.
You know, for a long time, I thought Heinz was part of
You thought, I'm sorry, what?
ketchup.
You- okay, I was like, wait, okay. When you were sitting there and I'm like, he's planting something way too easily, and I'm checking volume, so I'm like, what? So
My son's yelling from across the match.
is it a fun experience now that you're doing this fight companion and you're probably a few years away of being able to be like, yo, you're gonna understand why this is so cool. Like at some point maybe he becomes
I really
interested
hope
in
he
this.
doesn't fight. I want him to.
Oh
train
no.
forever, right?
He doesn't
But-
have to fight, just to be able to watch it with
Yeah,
him.
that'd
You
be
know?
sick.
Yeah.
He trains now.
Dude, it's amazing to see. He's got amazing shrimps.
I'm like, do a front roll, do a shrimp. At home, I was just using my little character. I'm like, pushing buttons. Do this move. Do this move.
Well, I was about
Come
to
get
say,
a single leg.
between you and your lovely wife, it is a beautiful combination of combat sports knowledge. So he is destined for good things if he wants it.
Dude, RoboCop is just
Mm-hmm.
a step ahead all day.
A little
Yeah.
close to an oil check right there too, by
Yeah,
the way,
as you
guys.
should, dude. Get to the corner. Who cares? Win, right? Win.
I mean, he needs to do whatever he needs to do. I'm just gonna comment however I just see what's happening. I'm like, you can't.
Raph.
Yeah.
Win.
You have to win by no matter what.
Like, bro, when we come back to open mat the next time, I don't
get
need,
your oil checked
Better not get
all
single
day.
legs on me, dude. I'm turning the corner.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. I don't need the takedown that bad. At that point, I think I'm good just pulling guard. But still, I mean, he hasn't quite passed, and we're running out of time, so he's going to end in a fairly decent neutral position, at least on this point. So,
It's like his go-to move. He didn't even have the position.
Yeah. He's just kind of like, hey man, I just want to stay here. Can we just not do much from this position? And end of round 1.
Yeah, not looking good for old Duncan there.
What's up,
Let's go,
Grayson?
Leroy. You're not living up to that name. Look at that
He's
mouse
got
on the side
already
of his
a
Oh
little
my
bit of a.
goodness.
I don't want to call it a hematoma.
Oh my goodness, jeez.
Because those look insane. But
No,
that's an
one of
elbow
those
for
elbows.
sure.
Yeah,
You know what it is, dude? That thing,
that
shaved
is
his head.
gnarly.
that thing has its own zip code. That's how big that thing is.
Right? Gonna
Good
take it out to
Lord.
dinner tonight.
It's like a whole different version of his head. Like it's just he grew a second part of his head. It looks
It's
exactly
like that
the
one
same.
Rick and Morty.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's almost.
Drinking Monster in the middle of the fight. That's PDs.
Well, no. Here's the good news.
It's water
Yeah,
made by Monster.
they no.
It's caffeine water.
They legitimately just
It's
gimmick
caffeine
it.
sugar water that's not colored.
Well, they just gimmick it just to be like,
taste
it's Monster. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're drinking this. It's Monster, but it's water. We're not gonna drink this bullshit. That's my favorite. I
So
don't.
At least bubbles in it.
Well, have you ever seen like commercials that have outtakes when people have like eaten something but you never saw it until years later and they're like, "Hey, drink this. It's great."
Right?
No, why did I drink that? You know, like they'll cut that out of the commercial, and I always love seeing things way after the fact that they cut out of those big moments. All right,
So RoboCop, are you still going for the takedown? What are you doing?
I think RoboCop's still feeling it out at this point. I think RoboCop's kind of like, wait,
That was too easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's just so fascinating to end up with that giant part of that forehead and not have that be a target for the rest of the fight for striking practice.
You can't stop
Right,
looking
like that,
at it.
yeah.
Like, dude, if I saw somebody with a giant target like that, I'd just be like, well, now I gotta chase this because I want to keep busting that up.
Duncan's about to get put out in this round.
Oof.
Just don't let it go. The
So
distance,
just because
you
they
know what I mean?
both
Just
got
don't let it
knocked
go
out
the
by the
distance.
same guy, I think RoboCop is the guy now.
Don't let it go the distance.
It's not going the distance. That's all we care about. There's no way this
So,
fight's going.
hold
the
on.
distance.
When you say it's all we care about, Court, do you have a parlay going tonight?
Oh yeah, we do on this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the fight of the night because someone's getting knocked out.
Oh.
Doesn't really matter who. I was just looking at
Seems like a lot of
statistics and seemed
crap.
like Duncan should be walking away with this as if Rodrigues or RoboCop is like the gatekeeper.
So what you're saying is
Right.
you like hype trains.
Maybe.
You're
Well,
on-
that's why you have gatekeepers, right?
That is why.
RoboCop's not
He's,
gonna.
he's going for a second run, dude. He's only 32. Come
Yeah,
on.
and he's had a lot of fights.
Yeah, a lot of experience.
Right, but no belts.
Ouch.
Well, Cage Warriors or whatever.
RoboCop, come find Court.
Right. Let's go.
RoboCop.
Do you have any belts,
I guess
Court?
I just shake my head too,
this is
though.
my
We're
belt.
gonna go at it.
Hold my pants up.
It's just gonna be like, listen, Mr.
That was a good
RoboCop.
elbow.
I said something. I was drinking that day, Mr.
Right,
RoboCop.
exactly. We're just on a podcast. We're Monday morning quarterbacks. What do you want from
Here's
us?
what I like to tell people. we have enough people in jiu-jitsu who will see our show, get mad that we didn't pick them or said something,
Right?
and then will
Ooh,
message
good
me,
elbow. That
and they'll
was
be like,
good.
"Why didn't you pick me?" or "Why did you say this?" And I go, "Bro, we get to fill time. Like, why do you care?" And then all of a sudden, I'm like, "Do you want to go train?" They're like, just kind of hurt hurt your feelings. You feel like your
My
feelings are hurt.
That's why you don't read the comments.
Well, they try really hard to tap me in a roll or something.
To be fair,
that'll make us even.
it's a little different when they DM me, and then I just go like, "Why don't you
Oh,
follow?"
you
me?"
grabbed
Oh,
the
you
fence.
Uh-oh.
Oh, come on.
Dude, that was almost a beer, dude. That was almost.
You know what?
You got your shoulders.
To
When
be
too early
shrink.
for this.
it's just
That's cool.
it's happened before, and it wasn't you that did.
All
No,
right,
I
see, now
watched it.
Duncan's
The
going to win because
Milton's-
RoboCop's tired.
Milton 100%
Bama.
spilled, and
Oh.
it was hectic because it was on the computer and on the system, and then you just see me staring at both, like, I hope this still works, and then it
You were
did. We're
Duncan
fine.
going for Kimura when he almost has his back to me.
Yeah, I mean, bro.
You can't do that.
It's-
That is not competent.
Well,
What are you doing?
hold on, I think you're
Punching
striking the reception
stream
away,
out of context.
so it's buffering.
I'm gonna
All right.
get some of my students to come talk for me.
Okay, that's perfectly fine, but I'm trying to figure out if I need to reset this. So we're just going to be looking over here. My apologies to everybody who's watching this side. Our eye line is slightly going to change while I figure out what's happening to this TV.
I'll slide back a little bit.
But yes, thank you for that. Slight takedown attempt that is kind of stuffed here.
RoboCop back on the cage.
RoboCop is with
Got
his back on the
underhooks now.
cage.
Oh, my God.
Just reverse the position.
Did you guys see that? Underhooks. Did you guys see that?
It's like the
Yeah,
person. I love the fact that the head coach here is being like.
Sorry to interrupt you, Bob.
I just appreciate that the head coach here is like, excuse me, children. There's going to be a quiz at the end of this fight. Everybody, please pay attention. It's worth the final grade. Yep. All right, we're in this. We got one underhook here.
Pummeling. Shot to the
Ooh,
legs,
ooh.
picks him up.
I mean, let's put it
Digs
this way.
under, turns him. Oh, man. Leroy Duncan. Do
Man.
me with whatever you want.
Yeah, well, again, being...
Oh! Dirty birdie, dude. Relax, RoboCop. Don't waste your electric energy.
Oh, just ate that too, by the way.
Yeah, he's like, rope-a-doping him.
He's like, I don't know. He's like, bro, you can hit me with all you want.
Oh, that knee was
Sleep.
vicious.
Oh, dude. He is taking some damage here right now. Nelson in a big way
Yes,
getting
there
now.
you
Take it
go,
down.
dude.
Dude,
Get
you
to the
almost don't
back.
even... You know what the weird part is? He can get the knockout here if he wants
We
it.
need a knockout.
We need a...
For $90.
Yeah.
Hey!
There's nothing funnier than being like, hey, I really hope this happens. You go, me too.
Right?
Really can't afford the other one.
I picked the wrong guy, but well, you never know, right? They can still.
It's stay. This is still
Leroy
good.
gets
Glad we
knock him
talked
out.
about it.
I love the fact that as I start to see how this goes, my brain goes, well, what do I want to see? I don't want it to be adverse to what you need or have to have. But there is a moment where you just hope to yourself, all right, is it going to be entertaining and is it going to work? As we are waiting here for the broadcast to resolve itself, I may go to a backup plan here shortly, but we'll wait for that to see itself through. Is it stalling
did
on
ours
that
freeze
too?
too?
No, yours is going still.
We're live.
All right, let's do.
you're
Oh,
so
but
good.
it is slightly triggering, so let's do this.
We're going to talk about it.
Let's make sure.
Is there anything cool to talk about?
There's plenty of good stuff to talk about, but I'm going to go ahead
I
and
don't
take off
have
the
anything
Wi-Fi.
cool to talk
So maybe we should take everybody off Wi-Fi who doesn't need to be on if anybody's on. So that just
All right.
slid back on.
about. I will do that.
Thank you.
Schwink.
And thank you guys for watching. So far, it looks like everything is still going according on here. I just wonder if it is draining part of that. But it did ask me to select broadcast going back to here. Anyway, if you're just tuning in right now, you're watching the Grappling Hour. We are doing a fight companion for UFC 304. We hope that you guys are enjoying your day. If not, make some better uses, make some better choices in your life. And I think watching the show is one of those first good choices that you can make.
It says it down at the bottom. It's on ESPN. It said they're gonna fix ASAP. So everybody's having a problem.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, it says it at the bottom of the ticker.
Holy what the?
Yeah, we need to get more beers. I guess we're staying here all night because they're gonna delay the fights, right, or something.
No, they're just like you're screwed. And like they may delay the next fight, but we're not getting the result of this fight.
Oh, true.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're back.
Oh no. Yeah. Those ones are back. It
Yo.
said down at the bottom too.
By the
delayed.
way, thank you for getting that because I would have missed that entirely. And I love the fact that they can, like, to me, somebody who does work in broadcasting, there's never a moment where you on a live show could just be like, well, shucks.
Yeah, right.
I'm working on it. It just says technical
We're all
difficulties.
gonna
that
watch
get
it
out.
on our phones.
This is one where they just go, ooh, good luck, guys. We're having some
Right.
issues.
Well, Leroy just got thrown down.
Woo.
Back up.
Okay. So now we are looking at I believe this is the third round, and how many seconds
Yes,
are
sir.
left? in this one?
3:30 left.
3:30 left in this final round of action. Very interested to see how this resolves for us on our side. I may be able to call it up on one of my backup streams here in a second, but we will get to that momentarily. This is why you always come with backups here, kids.
Right? It's crazy. Your
Woo.
screen's still down.
Yeah, on mine, it is still down, but fortunately, we are plugged into a computer over on that side.
Yeah,
Court,
about 3
I
minutes
may-
left.
That was rude, Michael Frosto. I just saw him fake throw something. Ooh! That was a
Duncan's
solid
just
hit.
been throwing around right now. RoboCop's having his way with them.
Yeah, RoboCop is enjoying this fight here tonight.
Without a doubt.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's actually sign out of the ESPN app and then come back to it and see if maybe that helps it out a little bit.
The shadow.
Also, it's wild. Like, does my whoop think that I'm asleep now? My whoop literally was like, hey, stay connected at all times. And I'm like, I'm wearing the whoop right now. Are you not getting these readings? Am I dead?
Right?
Did I die?
Maybe we had a solar storm.
Oh, we did?
I don't know.
I was like, wait.
Everything's going all.
I was about to say,
right
yeah,
now.
especially if over in the, because that's the worst part about it being in the UK. It has to be a transferred system, which normally works just fine. But if they have to get their stuff and move it around all the times, that's a higher degree of likelihood something went wrong. So we shall see what happens here while I troubleshoot it on my side. But we're seeing the end of this fight, and again, just a
RoboCop's just having his way.
good fight for RoboCop all the way through. What a
On
moment
his
for him.
back with the hooks in. Yeah. They're over there.
Last
We got
minute or
tarts
so.
apparently.
You got tarts?
Yeah,
Who brought that?
From some French bakery.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not even from Porto's.
Oh my goodness.
Right? You'd think they'd be from Porto's.
I mean, listen, most people in LA, you tell them you're getting something, they're like, oh,
Right.
you want some Portos? And I'm like, I'm not turning it down.
Exactly.
You can bring whatever you want, guy.
Those potato balls
Oh my
are
God.
fire.
So can I tell you something? This is not a good story in one sense, but at NBC, we used to do this thing where we would say to the new people, it wasn't like hazing, but it was just, hey, bring a breakfast one day a week, like when you're new. And it's just a way to show your personality. We always say don't spend a lot of money, but because you get go-getters, sometimes they would come in. Some days they'd bring like a catered lunch. But one day they brought Porto's potato balls, and I let it be known. I was like, oh, I love these. These are so good. And because I was a manager at the time, when I showed up, there would always be a potato ball or two on my desk. And I go, oh, these kids are trying to buy my
Right?
love.
Yeah, all the way.
Done. You
Done.
guys, you're my new favorites. All of these other
Right.
kids, I hate. And they'd always tell me, they're like, yo, do you really like those? And I go, yeah, dude, why would I lie about this? This is no
Right.
bearing on anything
These
other
are
than it's
fire.
delicious. So I have missed those days.
If
very
you're not
much
from
so.
the valley, you need to go to Porto's.
Oh, goodness. Absolutely.
You're
Porto's,
not-
the best. Did your business partner just judo shot me?
Yeah, I went the
It
distance.
did go the distance. Oh, no.
This is not supposed to go to distance.
It was
And
not what we
RoboCop
did.
for sure won. Look how bloody it
Yeah.
is.
I mean, it'd
That was
be...
a great fight.
Yeah, you don't... So, this is what I have to ask, Court. If it doesn't go your way in a fight, is there at least some salvageness that you had a good fight when
As
that
long
happens?
as it's a great fight. Like, this is still a great fight.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
they beat each other up. I mean, RoboCop dominated it from start to finish for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Duncan got some of his shots in, but I mean, look at him throw him right here.
Listen, dude.
Like, just made
One
him-
dude definitely controlled that fight.
Yeah.
What is happening? Like, they're doing whale sounds now? Like, what is happening to this broadcast?
That elbow is fucking legit.
It's
Sorry for the language.
Oh, bro.
But that elbow was awesome.
Let's be very clear. This is not a show for the children. This is a adult
Is everybody
show.
getting alerts on their phone? What's going on here? Did you really? Is everybody having weird sounds? Hey, YouTube.
You know what it is? It sounds like they're not sure they want to send out the Amber Alert.
I feel
They're
like
just
I'm
testing
in
like the Amber Alert.
I feel like I'm in a hearing
Hearing
booth
test.
doing my hearing test in the
Whatever it
VA
is.
where I'm like, is it going off or not? Am I the only one hearing this?
So good news is we're about to get the fight result over on our side here. This is for the Duncan Rodrigues fight, aka RoboCop, and we are about to see a hand raise here in just a few seconds, and
Oh,
we
there
will
we go.
see.
Sound is back.
Ooh. Looks like they were doing it. Dude, I think they're just experiencing a few technical difficulties
a little
over there
bit.
tonight. Poor guys. I kind of feel for them tonight. And yes, of course, RoboCop does get the win here tonight. Unanimous decision. DC in his golf jacket here tonight.
Right, he's a Masters winner. Who would have known?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who would have thought?
So they are interviewing him. We'll pick it up over that way so it doesn't get on this camera. Little known fact, whenever we do these broadcasts, it will pick that up if it's from this one. So we usually mute it or do some music, but let's hear what he has to say over on his post-fight interview. Ooh, DC's voice is going out tonight. So he's basically saying you're primarily known as a jiu-jitsu guy, but your striking was impressive. He's basically saying I'm a complete fighter, but he just didn't get the finish tonight. And he's sorry about that.
Should be sorry about that. That's what we were going for. You guys are supposed to knock each other out.
The man who has
That
money
was
on
like this was the for sure bet. Someone's getting knocked out.
I love the bet. Court's just like, yeah, you should have, bud, and you
Right?
didn't.
Like, I get it. I don't want you getting brain damage either, but still.
All right, 3 in a row for RoboCop. Congratulations to him.
Nice, yeah.
All right,
So,
that's good stuff.
right?
Paul Mullen from Wrexham making his way on over to the fights here tonight. Leon Murphy.
Man, Wrexham FC, right?
Yeah.
Right? Man, what a way to brand it and bring that stadium back and that
genius.
city back, everything.
Dude,
It's wild.
do you know how many like little league teams wish they could be Wrexham?
Right?
Would just be like, dude, we suck. Give us money, Ryan Reynolds. Come
Well,
see our
yeah.
team.
I mean, that's the oldest stadium, the oldest soccer stadium in the world.
Yeah.
Like that's like crazy that it was treated the way it was treated. That's like the Rose Bowl in the United States, right? If we just left that stadium, we're like, oh, whatever, we don't care about this, and it's like, but it's the oldest thing in your country.
Yeah, but then you think about it, and you're just like, well, what would it
Or
take?
the world, like as
Yeah.
a football stadium, like it's the oldest football stadium in the world. You don't care about it.
I think the weirdest thing is like, if you've ever tried to leave the Rose Bowl at a certain point, you just recognize you're like, oh, there's a lot of people. So like,
Oh yeah,
maybe
without doubt.
maybe we could figure out something else to do.
Well, yeah,
with
I
this.
didn't hope that they build a whole like housing community
Yeah,
around
yeah.
it. No, I think they expected that area to be empty and it just be a stadium and a golf course. And then people are like, "Oh, this is a nice place to live,"
right?
except during football season. Like, yeah, no kidding.
It does beg a few questions on how they put that together. So
Right?
I usually laugh a lot when I go. Somebody's like, "Hey, there's somebody really good at the Rose Bowl," and I go, "How good?" Because like how good we talk. Like I'll Uber. Oh no, I can't even Uber there. Ubering there is
Yeah,
even
right.
worse than
Well,
that.
sports-wise, though, the Rose Bowl is the best because it's on a golf course, so you're
Yep.
on grass.
Yep.
So, like any sport or anything where you're gonna tailgate, like that's the spot to go, right? Because you can have a nice barbecue, you relax on grass. Even if it's hot out, you're still on grass, not on concrete. Like, yeah, Rose Bowl's a spot.
Grass and
Let me go ahead and give a note here. We did get a few questions. The first was, "What's up, Karma? What's up, OS Nation?" It says, "What is going on in the UFC broadcast right now? Is the audio messed up for you guys as well?" So the answer is yes. I'm pretty sure you were able to determine that from us. So we didn't just have the
No
audio go
weird
down.
reactions.
We had the stream go down. So my stream went down first. Then theirs had a slight pause, but they were playing it well. So it looked like if you were watching it from a computer, you were in much better shape. So yeah, I don't know what happened. And then as Court was saying, it sounded like there was some electric pulses that were in the air.
We were in a sound booth.
They were in a sound booth. We were in a hearing test all of a sudden. So lots of randomness going on. I, for one, thought whale sounds were happening. So yeah, I think it was a very awkward thing. But it looks like the UFC is traveling again, and this is in going to be on August 17th, and that's the
Oh,
Izzy
yeah.
fight and the DDP fight.
Izzy should pick him apart.
Do you have a bet on that already, Court, or no?
No way,
Uh,
right?
I mean, I think you gotta go with Stylebender, right? It's gonna be a good fight though.
Gamrot's gonna walk through Hooker. Chewy and Rosenstruck. Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be a rough day. So
We're gonna drink out of a shoe or what that day?
so
we're gonna have a shoe.
Guess we're drinking out of a shoe.
it's
that
just
day.
I love the fact that we've gotten to the part of drinking that it's just like regular drinking's not good enough. Give me a shoe to drink out of.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
das Boot.
I just like to tell people all the time, I'm like, I don't have to. Like, I want a beer. Like, just give me a regular beer.
Right.
How dare I? Like, bro, I'm not a guest of that country, but I also
Speaking
don't
of regular beer.
I'm-
except for regular-
do your thing,
Yeah,
brother.
man.
I almost feel like sending him across to the old liquor store so that he has to see his people, just so we could get that story going back. Bobby Green, Paddy Pimblett coming up right next. Very excited for that. And we thank you guys for joining us. Very good to see all friends and family saying what's up. I see here it says main event. Paul Weller, he's pretty dang old. He is. He's 77. Did Peter Weller win? Oh my God. Peter Weller. My man's talking about RoboCop, the actual 80s movie.
Nice.
Peter Weller, the main star of that.
You would
Very
know
good.
That, I would not.
That's my job to know those things. We do have some friends joining us. I do believe that Alex
Yuval.
and Yuval are coming on.
Saddle
Gentlemen,
up.
Make your way onto the show,
Excuse
por
me.
favor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. No, Yuval, you
Go do your thing. You can take these chairs, gentlemen. Good to see you guys. Well, first of all, look to that camera. Tell the people who you are, and tell the people that you train here. How long have you been training here?
I've
at
been
Strength
training
Mobility?
since August 2 years ago. My name is Yuval Levine. I train at Combat Academy. I train mostly jiu-jitsu, but I've competed kickboxing before.
Oh, sick. Do you like doing the kickboxing or jiu-jitsu better?
Jiu-jitsu.
I was like, all right, he's one of us. Okay, good.
Sadly.
I was like, I mean, he's pretty multi-talented. I'm uni-talented, so I got like
I
one
like
thing I'm good at doing. Yeah.
You can train it longer with less risk.
Yes.
Exactly.
I try to tell people, I'm like, I'm trying to do this forever.
Yep.
So as much as I can do in jiu-jitsu, it's always prolonging it. I was telling, did I tell you this? That I got a buddy who's like basically writing out these strength and conditioning programs for me to do. No, it's boring. I hate it. But I do it.
Dude.
I do it so that I don't die.
Yeah.
And that like every part of my body will continue doing it.
Train as a combat athlete.
Yeah, but you know what's really dumb is, dude? Like yesterday, I'm like stretching out for 20 minutes, being like, I want to do any of this. And then like I just look at everything I'm supposed to do, and I go, I could go home. And then I do it. No, of course I don't go, because I went to the gym. I'm not gonna
Good
go
job.
home. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so okay, you've been training jiu-jitsu for a bit. What do you like most about training jiu-jitsu?
Just the problem-solving aspect of
Okay.
it, you know? The fact that there's so many kind of options in different positions and just so many things to learn. And there's never a time where you stop learning.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
what I enjoy about it.
You train really well, and in getting to visit here, you know, you guys do excellent work. You have the makings of a very solid jiu-jitsu practitioner.
I
So
appreciate it.
that is very, very cool to always like check your guys' progress. And I love when we've seen you guys kind of like make the rounds over at New Ground too, and then kind of like visit out that way, because it's like secret shopping. I'm always like, what are you guys doing? Like, you guys don't belong. You can't come here. It's like it's open rat. And I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. But we saw you guys over there, and I get to come over here and see you guys doing work with Big Boss Man over this way. So excellent work. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate
Alex, I have to ask this. First of all, what have you been doing? I saw you running around in the background. Oh, so you brought you brought for me?
For the grappling hour?
Oh my goodness.
The sour hour, baby.
Oh, I love sours. Oh my goodness. This is from King's Brewing.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
gentlemen, just so you know this, last week, this is how you can tell my weekends are not that different. Last week, I went to a beer tasting, and it was at somebody's house, and these nerds brought their best beers. And so, dude, it's like tasters, and everybody's like, this is a hint of schnozberries. And I have to be honest, all these beers were pretty good. There was one beer that knocked me out where I was like, this is amazing. Oh, I took photos of it. I got home. I went to look it up. That bottle we had was $140. And I was like,
How many ounces? Like 400.
Is it really a beer bottle or?
no, just so it was like it was almost came like in a liquor bottle. So it was like a thin, almost like a tequila, like a thin tequila bottle. And when they were pouring it out, it was really embarrassing on my side because For tasters, it's usually about that much, right? So that you don't get fully blitzed. So it's about this much, and everybody's talking and making conversation about the world, and I'm just sitting there like looking at this beer and being like, and I'm staring at what's left in it. Like, that's really interesting. Yeah, no, cool. I think that way too. Is anybody gonna have more of this? And they're like, no, you can have some. And I go, okay. And I don't want to take it all. I don't want to be rude, so I just go like, drink it all. Seconds. I wait again. Nobody touches the rest of the beer, and I go, yep. And then I got home and I was like, yo, I drank almost all of that myself. I'm so embarrassed. But I definitely recommend partnering up with nerds all the time. But we did have a great conversation about Kings all during our stuff. And we were very happy about that. So good stuff.
Okay.
All right. By the way, hold on. Let's be very clear. I think something is happening here, guys.
Dun, dun, dun.
Uh-oh. Happy birthday to you. Oh, he's not.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Sven. Happy birthday to you.
Look at the love of this gym. That's so sweet.
Shots. Where the shots are right here.
Shots are right here.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to have them.
No, I'm glad you said that because before they snuck onto the show, I was about to be like, the kid is a kid. He's not drinking. Let's be very clear. No, you can say, don't worry. The rest of us are like, no, this kid is not drinking.
I'm not drinking, no way.
Good man. I don't want to hear anything of it. I don't see it. I don't want it. And it's definitely not happening here. But nonetheless, looking at this man, congratulations. Look at that. Dude, this is how you can tell this is a responsible gym. Because they brought you a fruit sort of configuration, almost like a tart, right? You're not a cheesecake? Oh, okay. No, because you know what happened. Okay, at wow. Two things. One,
Do they know me?
I don't know if you saw my stories when I was at a Mexican place, and they literally did 8 birthdays. And I'm talking with my friend like this, like, oh, hey, tell me about this and this. And you just hear this like rattle happening. And I go, what are we under attack right now? Like, what's happening? And they go, no, it's just someone's birthday. And they start singing it, and I go, okay, that's nice. And they have the little sign that's just like, it's your birthday, we love you. And I go, okay, no problem. They do it again. It happens 8 times, and when it happens on the 8th time, I can't fake it anymore. I'm just like, dude, why did 8 people come here on their birthday? Like, that seems a little excessive.
That's a little outrageous.
You know? And so what you had was the nice version. When they did this to me at Mama, at least you got that. At Mama, they gave me a full cake.
Nice.
And I was like,
Take
okay.
home.
Well, so it was right after my birthday where we did a giant cake. And I go, I don't want any more
Second cake. Nice.
But the issue I had was, I was like, oh, okay, so they give it to me, and then I look around, I go, okay, who's having some? And all the dudes just worked out, so nobody wants to have cake. And then I go, now I'm just being the asshole who's like, go eat this. And everybody's like, no, I worked out. And I go, I worked out too. You better eat this. I'm not eating this all myself. I'm not that fat. Get out of here.
That's the point of working out, so you can eat bad things.
Yeah, you know what? I structure it. Like, if you guys ever see me ask for extra rounds when I come to open mat, it is because I know what I'm doing this weekend. And I know that I'm eating something. So, like, sometimes people are like,
cheat meal day, guys. Come on, 2 more rounds. Let's go.
and people will be like, Raph, why do you want to keep going? I was like, nah, man, I just realized how many beers I'm having this week. I better get extra rounds. So I definitely put in that work. Alex, I was about to ask you a question.
Sure.
I want to ask you, how has your training been going? And also, how has it been teaching here? You have been teaching grappling more and more here, and I've been stoked to see you embrace that role and step into it, sir.
Yeah. Training's been awesome. This is one of the fundamental guys I train. So it's nice to hear him. I mean, nice to see him come, and then he also tells me I'm getting better, and it's nice to hear that. So it's,
we're getting each other better.
Yeah,
it's good.
Getting each other better, so that's awesome. But I love it. I love it. it's challenging for sure, right? You gotta
What is the most challenging thing about teaching though?
trying to figure out like how to get them better, right?
Yeah.
What drill or what. I know it's fundamentals, and I know it's the basics. Like
Yeah.
that's all you have to show. But it's like I don't want them to get bored, right? I want them to keep coming. How do you get them coming over?
Yeah.
How do you not make it repetitive, right?
I like to tell
Because
people.
you got to be repetitive to
But
get
you gotta-
skill
wow.
development. It's like
Right.
repetition is the answer to skill development. But
Very true, very true.
it's like you got to serve it up a bunch of weird ways. This is a different hot sauce today.
Same hot sauce, but barbecue flavor. for
Yeah,
some
yeah,
reason.
yeah,
You gotta put lime zest in there. Or something.
Yeah, you got lime zest.
It's like what the.
My wife always looks at what I'm eating because I'll meal prep top of the week, and she usually gets the food that I make. So I'm like, oh, take that to work. And she goes, how do you keep eating the same thing over and over? And I go, I'm super boring, and the weekends are for fun. Like Friday is where I can start having stuff, and then Sunday is me being like, I must repent for all of this. Here is the better food I should be eating. Like, it's a system. So as long as there's a balance, you're fine. But it's good to hear that, and I'm sure that you're doing a fantastic job. I've been very happy to hear that.
Yes.
Hold on. Hold on. We're doing secret shopping right now. All right, kid. Microphone.
What's up?
Scale of 1 to 10. How good of an instructor he is? 10 being the best.
7.9.
7.9. Okay.
There's a
Okay.
point.
He had an
Decimal.
actual.
He talks a little bit too much.
Okay. So I'm gonna
Too much detail.
let me make sure. Just
Okay.
so you know that this is a
Noted.
2-part question. Alex, how much is he going to pay for that on Monday or Wednesday when you teach your next class?
Oh.
Oh.
I'm not showing
I
up
don't
Wednesday.
even have the words, honestly.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. You show up at that Wednesday class, that's where you get better. Because when the teacher has something against you, they're not gonna kill you, but you're probably gonna get beat up enough where you're probably gonna learn something real good.
Definitely won't talk much.
Oh,
We're just going straight to drilling.
Oh, man.
Fight starting.
oh,
Oh, no,
this
middle
is,
fingers.
This is a lot of.
Middle fingers.
No, no.
The worst of them.
I'm 17, man. I don't know this stuff.
We laugh because over at Mama we've got like a 9 or 10-year-old. This dude's cursing more than I curse, and I'm
That's
just
how
like,
I am.
but I'm like, hey man, do me a solid because he's cursing too much. I just go, just don't curse in my class. Like I don't want to pretend like I don't know you curse. It's just for an hour. Don't do it in my class.
Yeah,
Go
breaking the
somewhere
habit.
else. Yeah, I'm like, dude. I go, if I make it a point to not try to do it as much, you should too.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're like, well, why do you do that? I go, so he'll do it a little less. Like, it's one thing when this kid's coming up to like other coaches and be like, hey, what the F's going on? And I go, you don't get to do that. Like,
Yeah.
I can do that to the other people. You're a child, dude. Get out of here. Anyway, all right, let's go through predictions right now. I'm going to start with you, Alex. Where are you on this fight? Who's going to win this one?
I'm hearing everyone back there say green. I
Oh,
got
so there's
everyone
green?
back there say
Everyone's saying green.
You got green?
Course got
Okay.
green, Course got green.
Okay. There's some green, Alex.
Alex?
What do you say, Alex?
I'm gonna go.
Of course.
Of course you would. I'm gonna go off of
Pure
I'm-
pressure is getting you?
no. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna pick
Patty?
Patty for the
Alright.
for the fact that he's younger. He could scrap. I don't like that his chin's up a lot, and
Okay.
I know Green can take
Okay.
advantage of that situation.
Okay.
But
Like this
what if he decides to grapple and that's what?
What if he decides?
Okay.
to-
Yeah,
Okay.
And, and he knows that he maybe it's
Within the hour. Grappling hour.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we'd love to see that. You've all, where are you on this fight, sir?
I think if it goes to the ground, Pimblett's winning. I think if it stays on the feet,
What's your
Green's
prediction?
knocking him out.
A measured. He's got a
prediction,
measured response here. Yeah.
Green by knockout.
Oh!
Okay.
sorry.
Wow.
Okay, I gotta go with the.
This dude
the-
I
literally
think
came in.
Pimblett moves too much. Moving target is hard to hit. I think he's gonna work his way inside, and I think he's gonna get the win.
Okay.
Maybe
okay.
decision, maybe just control time.
Fight
Maybe,
starting.
maybe Green's savvy after Makhachev. I don't know.
I also want to point this out. Look it over this way. Your kid gave an answer that was essentially like he was running for president. You know what I mean? He was just like, I think everybody here is really good at what they do.
Yeah, we're all winners.
You know what I mean? Like, I hope these guys have fun. I'm on a ballot in November. Don't forget that. Go sign up,
I
you
approve
guys.
this message.
I approve this message indeed.
You
So,
gotta kick that boxer, dude. If they're
here's-
heavy on that front
oh,
foot, that's a
man.
good call.
you know what the thing is? Green is trying his normal antics of trying to get under the skin. I knew it would happen. I just didn't think it would happen within the first 10 seconds before he threw a strike. He's now just looking at like, dude, you got nothing for me, hands down. And like,
that one hurt.
That was a heavy one.
it's just literally trying to bad habit double negative here.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's
Green's walking.
Green's reaching a little bit.
Yeah, reaching.
Oh, I got Pimblett. Can we live bet?
You can.
Live
yeah,
bet.
I mean, we unfortunately
I'll give you 5.
we unfortunately do not have a sponsor for betting sponsors. DraftKings does not sponsor us yet.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. Actually, did they sponsor Verbal? They might have done something with Verbal
man.
back
I heard
in
it
the
here
day.
first,
Oh,
DraftKings.
man.
Absolutely.
Pimblett's winning.
Pimblett's gonna win this, so you that's where we're feeling right now. I have to say, I do appreciate Pimblett's hair today.
Last time me and Coach disagreed on a fight,
Okay.
I was correct. Sean O'Malley versus Peter Yan.
Wait, what? You
Yeah, I
legit-
thought
wait,
Peter Yan was
hold
gonna
on.
win that fight.
Yep.
you were bringing this up just to be like, yo, I want to stun on Coach. Real
Yeah,
quick.
basically.
By
Last
the way,
time-
that was a split decision win, and anyone could have scored it for Peter Yan. That's it. You
Last
lost.
time Coach went against me should be his last time.
Yeah,
he
I'm
went
getting beat
against
up.
me.
I'm gonna beat up Monday.
My man's already just signing death sentences left and right.
That's what I do every day.
Yo, hey, listen, dude, it's gonna make you a beast sooner than you think. I think, especially with these guys helping you out on that side.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back. I got a question for you when we're in the middle of the rounds here. But even this trash talk by Bobby, just looking at him, I mean, Bobby's literally like most people get trash talk in sentences or phrases. He's having full paragraphs that he's throwing at Pimblett right now.
Yeah. Green's throwing a lot more kicks than usual, I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, it almost feels like he wants to lead him into the scrap.
Yeah.
Right? Like leading him into the brawl.
Yeah.
Like, please come in.
He definitely wants to make it like. I'm so sorry. What were you about to say?
He's backing it down. I mean, backing up a lot.
Oh,
Or
interesting.
shot.
Shot from
Ooh,
Mr. Green.
fascinating.
Shot
Oh,
from
oh,
Guillotine.
oh.
Right?
No,
Triangle.
worse.
Triangle,
What?
dude, triangle.
Worse.
Oh,
You can't use jujitsu on him. He doesn't know things.
no.
That's unfair. Hold on. No, wait. None of us gave permission to use jujitsu, sir.
What the hell?
Not for this fight. Yeah, that's a good angle right here.
Yeah, that is a good angle.
It's gonna take a little
Bobby
bit of
must
time
square
to
up.
keep there. I would probably be attacking that arm if he's really got it. 'Cause he
100%,
could
yeah.
finish that arm and start moving it over to the side. Good capture.
done.
This should be. Ooh, I mean, that leg is.
He could get a body lock
Ooh,
and
that.
make it even tighter.
I thought that leg was convulsing. Oh, see the arm.
The arm bar, yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's out. He's
So-
out.
Remember when I said that leg was convulsing? I saw that leg twitch.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Did I
So-
call that?
oh,
Did I
oh,
call that
He
one?
did
no.
call that
Did I
one.
wait,
call that
He
one?
brought his child to remind you
Like,
that he
I was
With the child, too. With his
Something about
newborn kid.
predictions we were talking.
Oh no! So here's the best part is when you come to this screen, we're a little bit ahead of everybody. So to hear the delay of like, okay,
All the green fans.
let's. You have to basically tell us
Mhm.
right now
Okay.
why you regret your pick,
Why I regret my pick?
because this will probably save you from getting murdered or murked this week from coaches.
I regret disagreeing with my coach on everything. I take back everything I said. I'm so sorry.
You know what it is?
I'll clean the mats Monday.
I wanted to put this down so that way we have a thing I can send to him on, I don't know, tomorrow afternoon and be
Please
like,
do.
he
Clip
was
it.
just fine.
Clip it.
Clip it indeed. Okay, so have you had kickboxing experience? You said that you've trained and competed in that?
So for my first year of MMA training, kind of when I was a teenager, I did a little bit when I was a kid, but it wasn't really serious. For the first year, I focused mainly kickboxing. I did my first competition. I lost, sadly, and I switched over to jiu-jitsu.
So from that experience,
Fair
though,
enough.
you could probably find something that you enjoyed about it. Do you think it is something you'll do again, or are you looking to stay more in jiu-jitsu and maybe start doing stuff in that realm?
Me personally, I'm just a very flinchy person, and I feel like I could work through that in kickboxing. But I really just enjoy the chess game of jiu-jitsu more.
And you know what? The nice part about it is we've lost some homies who have done the opposite, who were big jiu-jitsu guys who went to kickboxing. So it happens both ways.
It does.
But we very much love it. You know, I'm a big jiu-jitsu nerd, so I love when we get jiu-jitsu people coming to our side and
Mhm.
staying here. But the good news about what we do is you have a gym that does both. So you got that, you got wrestling here, and I don't think you're gonna go wrong between shifting focuses between them and like kind of going back and forth.
Yeah, and I also forgot I wrestled for about 6 months,
I
so
was about to say.
that kind of took me away from kickboxing as well.
It was very funny because I think one of the first things I remembered saying to Sven was like, "Who are your wrestlers?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, they feel like wrestlers." So I could tell that very quickly when
Dang,
I
he
met you
broke
for the
his
first
arm.
time.
Appreciate that.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Can't tap him up.
Yeah, dude.
Shit.
And I mean, listen, dude. This is the one thing I'll say about Bobby Green. He's an incredible talent and
He's a
is
good dude, too, it
flashy.
seems like.
Oh, dude. Behind the scenes, he appeared at a Naga.
Oh,
Like,
that's the
randomly out
last
this
thing
way.
you want as a person who lost is get your hand raised. You're like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
come
dude,
on,
like
I
stop.
don't want
Yeah,
that.
Coach,
don't do
coach
that.
always telling me that.
I hate that. That hurts my
It's
heart,
that,
dude. I'm
it's
just
that
like,
Denzel
dude,
Washington and
I appreciate you trying
Jamie
to be
Foxx.
nice right now,
Get your
but
hands
please
off
let
me.
me just do my soul.
By the way, get your hands off me. It's the most perfect thing. I love that impression so much. Every time I see that, between that and I'm leaving with something. Like between those two impressions, I am dying every single day. So it looks like he's probably going to bring some attention here. We're going to have to hear that on the other side. So if you guys want to take your moment and take it from the cues over that way, we will fill you in on what they're saying just in a moment here. Yeah, they're a little bit behind us. So right now, DC is going to have him look at his work, but he is signaling on that elbow pad.
Oh yeah, it was originally guillotine. You got the.
What is
Because it was him taking him down, which
I'm the
was a
first person
bad.
to submit Bobby in the UFC, lad.
Yeah, I don't know why Bobby Green would try to take down.
That's
Paddy.
exactly the right question to ask.
Well, he wasn't having a lot of success on the feet.
I think it was
As a veteran, you think like, I got more reps here.
it'd be like, what are your odds on submitting him? Like, if you're Bobby Green, bro, like probably not super high.
Not super high.
I don't know what
watching him on the
I don't
ground.
know where his confidence is, what he trains like. I got nothing.
I mean, I was trying to say this a little bit earlier, but I did want to hear a little bit what he was saying. The thing I was trying to make before we went to the other topic was, listen, Bobby Green, very exciting, very flashy, but I think you play dumb games. Sometimes dumb things happen to you. And so when he's doing all this, like antagonizing him, trying to get under his skin, it's all head games that just didn't work. Then you get flustered. That's how you go off game. When you go off game, you're like, I don't know, I'm going to double leg him. And it's all of a sudden you're in a freaking guillotine and you go, how'd I get here? And then you just
Why
see
am
him
I
start to
waking up?
pass.
Yeah.
And you're like, pass, please pass it away. And he's trapped. And it just was like, damn, dude, it could have been a different fight.
And I feel like when you talk all that smack, there's a lot more pressure on you as well
Absolutely.
to perform.
But it is unfortunately the thing that you do to get people engaged in your fights.
Of course.
But you were mentioning that he was a good guy, dude. Like I said, I've seen him at Naga here in LA, just supporting his like team, like coming over, and I saw him like being really good, like taking photos with people there. One of my friends, I was competing and I was dead tired. And they go, "You see Bobby Green's here?" And I'm just like, no, I'm sure he is here. Sounds good. Was he cool? They're like, dude, how'd you not see him? He's real flashy. I'm like, I'm real tired.
Yeah.
That's how I didn't see him, bro. Just
You
give me
missed
the
out on
oxygen
him?
tank. Well, also, what am I gonna do? Just be like, hey man, really cool. I'm like, yo, I don't want to go up to these people, especially if you do interviews.
I
Like
guess
you
so, yeah,
never
true.
know if you're gonna get to interview them. So I like to always just be like, hey bud, respect to you. It's nice to see you here. Oh, super cool. Blah blah blah. Or if I know a fighter, and this happens a lot, and they introduce me, and you go, oh, hey, pleasure to meet you.
I see.
I was telling your coach, Stone Sven, I was like, about a week ago, I was at a gym interviewing a fighter whose coach is Benil Dariush. And I'm at his gym, and I go, oh, I didn't expect to meet you. But hello, sir. How are you? And it's just, thank you for letting us be here. Nice to meet you. Didn't expect to meet you, but all right, cool. We're going to make the most of it. So good stuff all around. It is very interesting that we are going to see Tom Aspinall fight here in a second, but very stoked about that. So let me ask this. Okay, so you competed in kickboxing, you enjoyed that. Are you looking to compete now in jiu-jitsu next?
Yep. I want to compete in August, but
Okay.
it depends what coach says.
That's a great answer. That's a perfect answer.
Yeah.
That's the answer you're supposed to give.
I still have to do a fitness test that's required for all competitors.
Good.
So gotta do that, get that done, and then also he wants us to do a camp. So
Is it so? I didn't do this when I was in high school. Like, I was doing soccer when I was a kid. How hard is it to do this in school and all that other stuff?
well, I'm in a very cool program. It's basically a dual enrollment program. So I am homeschooled high school wise,
Nice.
and I take online college classes.
Very cool.
So I kind of train full time.
That's the life.
It
What
is a life.
What are you taking in college right now?
Right now, I'm currently taking Humanities 31 and Nutrition, and I hope to be a jiu-jitsu coach one day.
Oh man, you're gonna be one of us forever.
I want to.
All right, cool.
That's the plan.
You will.
That's
But
the
you
plan.
just here's the secret of it. Just keep showing up.
Exactly.
You're gonna get better, and it is like you already have good skills. You have good acumen and good understanding of things, and you're smart. So that'll help take you a long way. I just like to tell people it's like solving puzzles all the time, and our skill is making sure the bomb doesn't detonate on us. So half the time I just like, oh, cut the blue wire or red wire. I don't know, man. Like this one, and then sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. So that's very good to hear. Alex, when do we see you compete next, sir?
Probably with him.
Oh, with him. Oh, so you're
I've been trying to get like gather like a group. I'm always poking at it, but obviously I'm the one that wants to compete. I don't know if they want to. It's up to them.
Yeah.
But finally they're at that point where he wants to. I'm trying to get the other young buckaroo we have, which is his
Marcus.
buddy Marcus.
so okay. So I was introduced to the two of you as like a pair.
Yeah, Marcus started training I think 6 months ago. 6 months ago, I think, and he gives me really tough rounds.
So
He's really
he's
good,
athletic.
honestly.
He
He's very
has-
athletic.
Yeah, he's got good skills too. Both of you. I like training with both of you guys. You guys are very solid.
Appreciate it.
Do you like because he's like about your age? Like he's about your age, right?
2 years older.
2 years older. Okay, so like
Same thing.
close.
Same thing.
I was like, the kid doesn't understand. It's the same age.
Same
Okay.
age, yeah.
So because he's that close, I have a thing that I call having like a pace setter, or somebody who you kind of a competitive person that you're with that you go like, oh, I can tell if I'm getting better because this is a guy who's about my level. Do you say that you and him are good pace setters for each other, and like kind of you could tell if you're both getting better at any given time?
I think we're pace setters, but we're also partners. I'm always telling him what I see in our roles. He's always telling me what he sees in my roles. Like, it's just a partnership,
Yeah.
We both just want to see each other succeed, and that's that.
Okay, I'm gonna test this theory.
There's no ego.
Okay, I'm gonna test this theory. Who tapped who last then?
Last, I think he actually tapped me with a rear naked choke a few days ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
A few days ago. I like that you're like definitely wasn't today though. He ain't
Well,
getting anything anytime
he was
soon.
not training today. So.
No, I'm just kidding. No,
that's one day I got on him.
That's a very good thing to see. And like I said, it's nice to see you guys like at that age already starting to train in that world and being in there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, dude, I have to not you know what? So one thing about
smells like candy.
what you have to understand, these are like
Tastes like
He's roasting you.
Sven, these are almost like
Thanks for the judgment.
smoothies.
Yeah.
So it feels delicious.
You're ready.
You're okay.
You're ready.
You're gonna enjoy it.
It's-
Well, sure.
I've drank.
You have a smoothie drink with your. It's all nutritious. It's a
It's a
balance.
smoothie, you know.
It's a balance.
Bunch of antioxidants, a bunch of fruits.
Well, let me say this: we are doing well, but I didn't have people signing up for this fight, so you guys are welcome to stay if you would like to stay.
You wanna stay? I'd love to stay.
Okay, go ahead and take a seat. You had good analysis. I wish I had that analysis when I was like what 17.
Yeah, 17.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. It's pretty
This
big.
is
So I was just telling them, I was like, nobody signed up for that one, so they're
Let's
welcome
go,
to stay,
gentlemen. Carry
Let's
through.
go.
and they're gonna stay here for the next one. So very excited to have
this.
them join us.
I'm gonna tell you. I think this is our version. I know I'm being kind of.
John did it. No, I'm
No,
kidding.
no.
Wait,
hold on.
of who?
I'm being. I don't know what the word I'm gonna use here, but it's like
A nerd.
we know B team, right?
Yeah.
A young Joseph Chen
Oh,
this is
your
this is
Joseph
my
Chen.
version.
Okay.
of him.
No, he's for sure like the most intrigued, and he tries stuff. He's creative. He has a good instinct,
Research all
a good
day.
body type.
And I
Research
steal
all day.
instructionals.
Like, wait, don't say that out loud, young man.
Wait,
But like there's no substitute
I don't-
for like practical practice. Like there's no, you have to have those like solid reps to be considered like legit. But it's important to expand and like see new stuff and try new stuff for sure. It's super important to do that.
Also, your body can still try stuff. I'm at an age now where
Dude,
people
this
show me
dude is
something
like,
new.
I'm like, I hit a full arm bar, his elbows backwards, and I let go, and he goes, "Hey, coach, can you just not like let go of that next time? I'll tap." I'm like,
There was
bro,
no pressure on it.
Yes.
I felt no pressure.
You throw him in
Don't
the,
say no pressure to me.
It's-
I'm sorry.
Just
I
like-
didn't mean it like that. I
just
didn't mean it like that.
kidding.
It's just in that certain arm bar, there was no pressure, and I wanted to
But he is
see what I could do.
Gumby as hell, dude. I'll like put his pinky in his ear from the Kimura.
You gotta tell him to cheat though.
But what happens is you and he's lifting, so it becomes more
Good.
stable in his joint. His muscles
Sure.
become tenser. His joints become more
Yeah.
less mobile, right? So in an aspect,
I mean, pros and cons. It's,
Yeah, so,
in
like,
some way,
yeah,
yes.
so you don't know that day where it might go. Ka!
Yeah. That.
I always tap as soon as I feel any pressure.
But there's
especially
gonna
on arm bars.
okay. So here's the counter to that. One
Until
day
it
you're
goes cow.
one day you're not gonna know when that happens.
Yeah.
You don't get like a signal. Like it's not like
You
a
haven't
video
had
game.
David Ha.
Heel hooks
Jump
also.
on
I
an
don't
arm
feel heel
bar.
hooks.
Wait, hold on, child. You don't feel heel hooked because
It depends.
your heel has not fully formed. So yes, of course you're like, what's a heel hook?
His
These are
growth
lame.
plates are all flipped.
It definitely depends on the heel hook and depends on the position.
So,
But some heel hooks.
Let
I
me
don't.
let me point this out.
He has been a lower body enthusiast
So I've
for the
seen.
last 6 months or
Yeah,
so.
I know. When I came to
I'm
roll,
trying.
when I came to roll, so I have a role which is, and I think Sven knows this about me. I'm essentially a choose your own adventure role.
Yeah, you are.
So I'm very much like, oh, how are we rolling? I don't know you. Let's see how this goes. And then you kind of decide how you're rolling will inform like what I'm going to do. So I think at one point I was like, I'm not going to attack the kid's legs because I don't know the kid. We'll see. And I think I saw you kind of leaning that way and thinking about attacking one of my legs. And
Yeah,
I
I
go, oh, well, now I have to do this. And that does not do well for me because I'm like, wait, am I really heel hooking a child? Like, what's happening? This kid's 17. He has a whole life in front of him. Don't do this to him, Raph. So
Do it.
do it.
He's 35 and has a limp because of you.
But
He
but
has
I
a war
will
story.
say that what I do try to do is I'll analyze how you work and then say like, all right, I can safely hit this move on you, or give the idea of where, like, I'm analyzing where you're going. And if I feel you're going the right way, I'll continue the move. But if I feel you're not doing the right thing, I stop doing that move and I go somewhere else. And you were at least starting to escape well, but I was just like, is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? Like what? Like what do I have to do here? I'm gonna have to do something different.
I'm this type of man.
So anyway, that's how I knew. But I looked at him and I go, oh, he's choosing violence today. Via
No, he's
the leg
choosing violence.
locks.
He throws
That's
himself in
crazy.
the fire.
Yeah,
did.
It's crazy.
As
And when
far
it's
as
in the
I know,
fire,
I'm
it's
turning
like-
the right way.
This isn't even hot fire right now. Let me out of the fire though.
But you know, at first, that's just an impression I get on my first roll or second roll. You know, I'm just learning as I go. Meanwhile, turns out all my instincts were correct because your coach is like, I put his elbow on the other side of his body, and he was like, Coach,
Can
You
you
should keep
not
going.
like go early next time?
Please.
I'm like, dude, what?
And you want to know what?
You're
Next time,
backwards. Your whole body's shifted.
next time he got me in an arm bar,
Yeah.
I tried to escape it, and then he got me a triangle, which is a lesson learned.
Which is
So it's exactly why I didn't want him to let go.
you know what?
Instead of like go
That
just
same thing.
transition, there's the lesson. That's a good
I
one.
actually, so the way I heard him starting that sentence is I thought he was actually going to interject by saying like, and let that be a lesson to you. Don't
armbar
Don't
me.
just let an armbar happen because I'll get out. So
No, it's either he'll go to sleep. I'm not gonna break his joint, so I'll just find a choke. I'm just gonna find a choke.
Yeah.
well, here's the thing: Sven has other options, so he'll be just fine. But there is a part of me that is always entertained by those people who have weird Gumby-like reflexes that you go, "What is this?" So yeah, there is a kind of curiosity, and we're all very dumb, so we're like, "But how far can that leg go?" So just be very smart and cautious. 'Cause the last thing I want
I
to
have
do,
an aspect of it, so I feel like I understand. Like,
yeah,
you can play with it, but dude, there is a limit.
this is
Yeah, for sure. I
this
know
is
my
the
limit.
science, dude. I don't know if he knows the limit for you. He's the one selling like, well, I think this is good, and you're like, nope.
But no, here's the crazy part.
tell you
Okay,
when.
he's evolved 17. He's been training what
2 years.
2 years.
2 years in jiu-jitsu, but like 3 years in the gym, or like maybe, or like 2.5 years. You started
4
like 6
years,
months.
2 years strength, and then before I came here, and then basically 4 years strength, 2 years jiu-jitsu in MMA.
So his body's forming always differently. You just don't know what you're gonna get.
And there might be a day when you run into new information that you go, oh, this pops.
He always has new information. I'm always rolling with Yuval, and I'm like, I don't know what this roll's gonna be like.
Sometimes I'll take it to coach, and then sometimes it'll be like a flow roll.
Oh man, you know what? Next time, hold on. Next time you're about to take it to coach, tell me, but don't tell him.
I'm gonna take a video next time.
Because I want to see what that looks like. Because if anything, when I tell people if they watch Sven and I roll, it's the opposite of intensity,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean it's not entertaining. It's just you're about to see the slowest, most fascinating roll anybody's ever
It's
seen.
old guy chess.
Yeah, but even then, I'm still like, we might have looked slower, but made 40 different transitions in one 5-minute
I
roll.
feel like the smaller moves are faster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's like this. It's like that was fast.
I was like,
That was
all right.
fast.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And I just tell people, I'm like, it's not that it's not entertaining. It's just, it's going to be different than what you think. And I go, but he has the capability of going fast if he wants to go fast. He just likes this better, and then he makes you go slow.
Here's a secret to winning. Oh,
You're
oops.
okay. Well, not changing
it's like
the scene
when
on
you're
yourself.
about to get a submission, go fast.
Yeah, man.
That's the secret. Also, you got to pick.
On this,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm with Mr. Tom Aspinall.
Minus
Hold on.
410 favorite going with Vegas.
I got-
Yuval, what you got?
I gotta go Aspinall, I guess.
Yeah.
You guess. No peer pressure, dude.
Spenny. Oh,
I'm gonna go Aspinall.
Yeah.
I want
Inside
Asp-
the distance.
I want Aspinall to win. I just want, because you know what I want now? I want more pressure on John Jones to have to do something.
He's
This
not.
whole
I was about to
Why?
question you about that.
He can literally do nothing and then still be considered the best. or one of
Absolutely.
the best.
Which is
But
crazy.
Hold on. But now you're talking more for his ego. I'm talking more
For
as an
yours?
audience. No, I'm talking as an audience member who pays for this stuff. I'm tired of like talking in theoreticals for John Jones,
No, I
where it's
think
like,
he should-
100%.
where
yeah.
you just go like, oh, he's so good. I'm like, when's the last time we saw him fight? And it's like, no one's gonna dispute how good he is, except for Matt Hamill, apparently. But at the-
rematch.
dude, who in their right mind watches that fight and goes, "You owe me a rematch, sir"? I'm like, yo,
Someone who wants like
Watch out,
$4
watch
million
out.
bucks. Yuval with the save.
Eesh.
There's more. There's more.
Can I pick the picture to you?
I can help you out if you want.
It's on him. It's on him.
Push the button. Push the
Oh, it's still
goddamn
happening.
button. That's what she said.
I'm surprised they did that. It wasn't even.
well, this was an inside job.
That was
How
sitting
dare
there
you,
for like
Alex?
no
I-
on camera. That was sitting there for like 30 minutes without even moving. dude.
Yeah.
I
So that
legitimately gave that enough time for that not to
You brought
happen.
it over like this. You were like,
And it's not like I was sitting here being like, oh, anyway.
It's a party.
that was the shake, the bringing it over.
That must have been
Yeah,
the
yo,
best
that
inside
real-
job ever. Then.
No, that's you. You would have been the
Oh,
inside
oh,
job.
oh.
You're the guy who brought it.
Yeah. It's your fault.
Let's
You
talk
got a
about
pick
that.
for this?
Yeah, it said Aspinall before this happened.
I got distracted.
It's fine. It's just the worst part was
Should we do something about this?
no, no, it's fine. You know, if I can get a napkin, that
Yeah, I
would be
got
good. Thank you. The worst part was the kid being like, "Sir, you should look at that," and I go, "What's? Oh no!" And then I realized I'm like, "There's nothing else I can do other than just pathetically like."
Just look at it.
So stupid.
Theoretically, this has happened to me.
Well, not for beers, but yeah. Thank you, sir. Here's the good news. I always watch these, so for this precise reason. Yeah. That's fine. Other things have been spelt on here, and worse. Okay, so we're talking about John Jones, theoretical fighter.
Yeah, I think John Jones should not be champion anymore.
Yeah,
Or
I mean
just be
that's
faced
also
with it.
tough to do because I guess he should be champion, but like winning it once as a champion and not defending it is problematic.
Yeah,
but he's
GSP
injured.
style.
Hey, listen,
You just go to
GSP.
the guy that you think you have the advantage over and win.
I mean, to be fair, GSP basically just told you what he was going to do, which was, "Oh, I'm going to out strategy this guy. I do not care about
He
him."
could beat Bisbee.
What's that?
He couldn't beat some of the other middleweights. He didn't come up like that with like a couple of the other middleweights.
I mean, the nice part about GSP is if you have the resume, you get to cut the line. And I think that's part of the reason why Alex Pereira is like, screw earning it. If you want me to fight John Jones, make it happen. I'm not wasting time.
Yeah.
And I go, you know what? I kind of respect that. Good for you.
Super, like, for real on Alex Pereira. He shouldn't waste time.
Yeah.
I
So-
mean, he's done enough in the sport to show that he can do it.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, dude.
He's got to prove to nobody.
But he's also
Yeah.
saved them enough that maybe you owe him
Like
one of
late,
these.
late come ups and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he saved so many cards and just
Yeah.
made so many cards.
Just for him being like, no, I'll fight whoever. That's fine. Yeah, okay.
By the way, I thought the whole dipping your knuckles of petrol thing was a real thing.
It's so funny.
Fight has
It's
started.
just-
I was like, what?
Cut to last
He's
week.
really doing that?
Everybody in class just doing it too. It's like Coach said we got to do this,
I mean,
y'all.
I believe in the whole shin conditioning.
Mm.
Oh.
Okay. Yep. Blaydes gave the referee a quick look like, can we do something else? I don't want to do that right now. No, thank you.
Who do you guys think shoots first?
Well,
Blaydes.
Aspinall already shot, right?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Ooh.
Blaydes. Hey,
Blaydes
Oh,
connects.
super ahead of them, huh?
We are.
Aspinall is.
Ooh.
right hand.
Done.
Uh-oh.
Done.
Uh-oh.
Done.
Done.
Yeah, he's
Done.
Oh,
Done.
Blaydes is not
Done.
responding, and that is going to be the
Done.
end of that fight, everybody. Wow.
What the? It's already done. It's already done.
Dude just said spoiler to everybody.
Spoiler! Suck it.
I want to watch it again. I want to watch it again.
I called it. He goes, I called it.
You called it.
Look at him running around. Aspinall just finished him. And
So-
then- how long was that?
That was within
What are
about
you
2
talking
minutes, I
about?
think.
Yeah, that was very fast.
What you talking about? What's that guy talking
That was fairly impressive, though, by Aspinall.
Yeah, that was very
Hello.
impressive.
The sickest purple belt to never do jiu-jitsu again.
Yeah, dude, this is annoying. This dude is so good at jiu-jitsu, and
He's
it's
so
just like,
good.
no,
He's never touched a
I
knife in
choose
like
no.
10 years or something.
like, what a dick.
ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, he's really good, man.
He's so legit.
I want to roll with him now.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Dude. If
The
you
problem
want to
is-
feel the flow, he's like the flow master.
The problem is convincing him. Like, some people get to that place where, like, I don't jiu-jitsu anymore. And they, like, Obi-Wan Kenobi. They're just like, I don't know. Who is that person? I never did that.
I feel like I'm the person that can bring him back.
yeah. Okay,
God
good
bless.
luck.
Give it a shot.
Go
Yeah.
start jigging underhooks on him or something.
Because
Maybe he'll just flow
I
in
was
with
about
you.
to say, I was like, I've definitely bullied him into training, and he's been like, ugh,
I've
and he gets
tried.
so mad at me.
I've tried.
It's word choice.
I'm like, come on, dude.
Yeah, but you know what? You're also like better, so it is harder for him to say no. Like for me, I'm always like, what? I can't hurt you. I'm just.
No, but me and him, we came up together.
Yeah, but he's still probably like the rest of us know, not you know. Ugh, this is a Sven roll. I don't feel like this. Nah.
Is that a thing? That's not a thing, dude.
It's not a,
Yeah,
We're all
okay.
just hanging out. What you mean?
let's put it this way. Ow. The children have less of a say in this because they're coached by you,
Fair enough.
and you're more my speed, so it's not a thing to me in that way. So I'm always like, oh, this is fun. I like this, but other people might look at it and be like, this is gonna be a tough role. I don't know that I want to do it.
Barely roll. We're like that.
I'm just saying, this is a different perspective. If
No,
I didn't want to
okay.
do it, I wouldn't show up. So I show up. But other people might be like, Sven. So we'll get to this in a second. But there's something else that did happen recently that we will bring up here. But we do want to hear, does he say anything of interest, I guess, is the big question.
Probably not.
It sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. It's really bad.
Did you see the petrol on my hands? Knock
All
him
right.
out, dude. Knock him out, bro. Hey, you've all said he wants to roll, dude.
Come on, man.
I'm
Open
down.
that one day.
He's out.
Oh, he's down?
Right now?
Oh, you
Right
heard
now,
it.
Right now, let's go.
Let's go. 5 minutes.
Not 10 minute rounds. Let's go. Okay.
No. Don't ruin it for the kid.
Okay.
The kid got a verbal yes that is now recorded for perpetuity.
That is
so
recorded. Clip that.
we will clip that,
Clip it.
yes. Clip it. Let's hear what he has to say. Direct your attention here momentarily to the TV screens that you are watching, and we'll give you a quick summary of what was happening.
Right now?
Let's go.
Awkward.
I will say this is on the verge of bullying here, and I'm not against it.
Bullying.
This is. I was about to say.
Sometimes bullying can be a good thing, you know.
Bullying's a
I
good-
was bullied as a kid. I was very
Oh
big.
no! Don't do that. You
and,
can't be like I was bullied as a kid. So
No,
guess
I
what?
was bullied as a kid, and I lost the weight. And now I'm a jiu-jitsu practitioner. So.
Except now you're bullying somebody. So how did this work?
No, I'm not bullying anybody. I'm
No,
just telling you,
just
let's roll.
said he has
The
to
abuse
roll.
becomes the abuser. What is
Exactly.
this?
I
What
never
the?
bullied him. I just said, let's roll right now. Court said, let's roll right now. And I said, wait, you want to roll right now?
And I
then
said
he
we're
just-
bullying, and you're like, sometimes it's a good thing. Anyway, no, just kidding. I'm good.
It is a good thing.
This is like, bro, I'm listening to every word you're saying. You're just like, no, I never bullied anybody. What are you talking about? You're crazy.
Does this kid want to get beat up or not?
This kid's hitting me with South Park Michael Jackson line of defense. No, you're ignorant. You're so ignorant. No.
Oh, you're savage, dude. What have you become?
I don't know.
Nah, you know what it is. He just wants to go to the big tasks. That's all right. That's all good. I can respect that.
Testing the waters.
You wanna go up against the big boys, and that's gonna because you know it'll make you better. So it's
Yeah.
a smart choice. It's just
The,
it'd be tough, yo.
the first roll I go to the new ground is either Lobes or Frankie.
Good man. I mean, one of them's harder than the other. I'm just gonna say. You know who you are. Sounds like he's giving shout outs to his family. Oh no. Oh no.
He's calling up.
Back somewhere.
All right. So we now are about to see our main event in a few minutes, but very, very stoked to see Tom Aspinall get a win here tonight. It'll be intriguing to hear what John Jones has to say about it. He'll probably mention the fact that was, all things considered, an easy-looking fight, and will probably shit on the technique of Blaydes,
100%.
which then means he'll be propping himself up. I think what I want to point out here in terms of argumentation for John Jones is this. Nobody would dispute he's a good fighter. It's just if you're an audience member and you want to see a fighter, that's not wrong. And for this dude to be like, oh, I'm injured, you go, okay, that's fair. Okay, great. And for him to be like, nah, but I don't want to do the fights you want me to do. It's like, well, he is an interim champion, and it did make it seem like easy work here tonight. And that's when people want to be intrigued. With Stipe, we're like, dude, I don't even know if he's worked out in the past year.
Yeah, is he a firefighter now?
He is he's always been a
He's always been a
firefighter.
He's always been a
Yeah,
firefighter?
that was the
Okay.
thing.
That was his thing.
that's how you can tell.
I don't know much about MMA like before I got into it.
Got
But
it.
Wasn't there a champion who was like inactive for like a year and they took away the belt?
They do that on some occasions.
And for John Jones, they just don't do it, right?
And for John Jones, it's just like, shh, don't ruin this for us. We want to give him a walk-off home run. And it just seems like this is a younger talent. And honestly, somebody put up a meme recently that said that John Jones was always matched up against much older opponents. Hi. Oh,
Sorry to
good to see you,
interrupt.
brother. No, you're fine. There's nothing interrupting here. But anyway, so when they put up that resume, it was like the one or two fighters that he fought that were kind of like his age were almost like a Gustafsson and somebody else that I'm missing here. But they basically said like all the people he made his legendary career off of were these older individuals. And you go like, okay, if that is the qualm, shut up everybody by fighting one of these current fighters. And I think most people think that John Jones would beat Aspinall. I think most people feel that way. But that to me has a longer legacy than beating Stipe. Stipe is just connecting the dots as somebody who beat like DC, who we already saw John Jones beat up, and other notables to be called the best heavyweight champion. But those things are so fleeting because unlike other divisions, if you win 4 times as champion, they're like, he's the greatest to ever do it. And you go, okay, well, just beat up these other dudes.
Dude, if he beats up Stipe, it's gonna be so sad.
No, I don't want to see
He's
Stipe
so
get
sad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's sad right now.
I don't want to be like, dude, Stipe has other fights you can send him off with.
Like speech.
Well,
How long has Stipe been inactive for?
don't, you know what the best part is? The kid no-sold that. It was just like, that's cool, coach. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm just asking a question. Sorry.
No, I know. You're
Listen
not
to
fine.
reply.
Just, you know what the worst part is that just, you can tell that Sven has a moment where he goes, I'll see myself out. And I'm like, no, that's comedy. Comedy is always, I'm not going to see myself out. You'll see another joke in 5 minutes. Yes, Stipe Stipe had a really good run, especially in that heavyweight division. Him beating DC does add a lot of legitimacy to what he did.
Well, also he beat Roy Nelson. So
He beat Roy Nelson.
remember?
Yep. And, that's a thing.
Francis Ngannou.
And Francis Ngannou is a big one, and they had a nice little rivalry. It's just one of those things that you go, that's a different era. So trying to create these GOATs, you kind of have to keep them contained to eras. But John Jones has such a long legacy of fighting people that it starts going into different eras that it becomes harder to put into context.
Remember
Just
Stipe
go,
was getting the shit kicked out of him by DC until he kept hitting like 17 liver shots in a row.
Yes.
He was getting murked up, dude. And he's like, I should hit the body. He's like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I was just not thinking right.
Yeah, exactly. And then just thinking like, DC's a big boy. Maybe I thought some of those liver shots would have been protected by the area here.
Well,
Was
sure,
not.
protective.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So
New podcast, new Clearcast.
we hold on. Don't just dismiss them. Hold on.
Sorry.
And I think you're
fuck out of here.
and I think you're on the last one too. So I do want to, normally before we close on out, I always like to say thank you both for coming on. And again, it has been wonderful training with you. You're a good training partner to have. And of course, Alex, your growth has been so incredible to see. It is so awesome. I love seeing you step into the role of an educator.
smashed.
Hold on.
Thank you.
You know
I
what I mean?
appreciate you.
Wait, get smashed. What is that? What are we saying? Get smashed.
Alex is getting pretty good at the top game.
Okay,
He-
yeah.
he
So
likes
I'm
smashing
on
a
his
lot.
hype man. train right now.
So is this like his Hulk call? Like what's happening
Yeah,
here?
basically.
Smashing.
I didn't know. I mean, it doesn't really happen to me, but I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to know these things.
My frames are too sick.
I'm like, the worst part is like, for my particular game, it's like get smashed. It's like, well, Raph started on bottom, so he did. You know what I mean? Like, he
There's no
didn't.
smash and rap. No,
didn't-
yeah, I can't do
No,
the
it was
things I
just
did.
like
It's only upward.
it was just like, I mean, if he got smashed, he chose to start from
Yeah.
underneath, so it's already.
He chose his punishment.
You know what I mean?
He's a masochist.
The worst part is I always tell people, I'm like, I still really enjoyed when I got to see you coach. And thank you, by the way. You very nicely coached me a couple times. But when I saw him and I got to see you coach him, and when that was happening, him running up the score in a way that I was like, listen, Alex, you're my guy, but I kind of need you to just submit this dude because if we get to 40 points, like it goes from me being in the crowd like, yay, my friend, I'm so stoked. Let's get this. I'm going to shut up, man. This
Whole
is
position, dude. Why you keep switching off? Side control mount.
That was his fault.
Back.
That was his,
Side
no,
control.
no, I know it was his fault, but you know how hard it is to be somebody in the stands who's like, let's keep going. 700 points. At this point, I go, it just kind of seems mean.
It
if
was
you're
over
in the-
30 points, right?
It was 100.
37.
Yeah, it was
It was
30
like
points.
37.
30 something.
It was
37.
37. My
37
man's like, actually
He
get it
said,
right.
I remember.
Get it
Alex
right,
was
sir.
really
This
Exact.
is there's a picture, screenshot.
Yeah, it was
like it.
37 to something.
To like
crazy.
10
Yeah.
or something like
10,
that.
And I have to say, what was very funny is I competed against this one dude, and he was starting to run up the score to me. And I was like, oh no, this is not good. He's Alexing me. And I got like really mad. Like nothing else entered my brain other than I was like, oh no, what Alex did now is happening to me. And this really sucks. This dude's very solid. We had a very good laugh after about it. And this, my favorite is, so just so you know what it's like to be on the other side, because I'm sure at some point you've experienced something like this. But when the dude who was running up the score on me, we make it to a decision. Of course he's going to win, or he's going to win by points. I'm sorry. And we get to the end, and he just goes, hey, man, you had this submission on me. And it was really close. And I was like, apparently not enough. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a make good. It's just, I probably should have done this a little bit better.
Don't
So-
sugarcoat this.
Yeah, but I love the fact that he was like, hey, man, you're good too. And I was like, I don't want to think that right now, dude. Today sucks. Let's just live in
Get
today.
your head off it.
Exactly the same feeling.
It's 100% get your hand.
Or like getting hugged after being subbed.
So I will tell you this: what I have discovered in my time. I think you may experience this. I don't know exactly when, but what happens when you get old and compete is that other people are really stoked you made a division happen. So there is a camaraderie that happens. So like some of my biggest rivals that I have who are all old like me. Before we even compete, it's like, bro, what's happening? What's up? Blah blah blah. So it's like, it's not how you think it is, and I'm sure what ends up happening for you as you get older is you'll see you keep competing against certain people, so you might form a relationship. But normally, when you're younger, you're more in your zone, and you don't like get out of that zone. And maybe you say hi to one or two people. Legitimately, with all the old people, it's like, hey man, what have you been up to? How are your kids doing? Anyway, okay, yeah, we have to kill each other. Okay, anyway, it's good to see you, man. All right, well, now I have to murk you. And yeah, I mean, that is the fun part I have discovered in the old person age, because I had one dude come over and he was
I feel
like,
like I don't like that. Though.
you wouldn't like that? Yes and
I
no.
want to hate you.
So I have a rule, which is I'm like, let me hate you for 10 minutes. I don't dislike anybody, but I really just want to be in my own lane and do my thing. And I've realized, I go, that could also be a competitive thing that they do to get in your head or whatever. The problem that I see with the guys who I'm with is I'm like, nah, it's not even like they're trying to do that. That's just who they are. And even now, some of the homies, whenever they see I'm doing something, they're like, dude, I listened to the show. And I was like, yeah. They're like, you brought me up. And I was like, I sure did. And I'll be like, I definitely have told a story about you.
I brought it up to him. You've had Gordon Ryan, right? You've talked to
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
I told him that.
Yeah.
People that
Like a who's
Oh,
who of jiu-jitsu people. Well, just make sure that doesn't get on my iPad. That's all I ask.
How did that even happen?
Just,
I didn't even know.
you know what? It just is. It's something that happened here, kids. I can't even think. I don't know if I could zoom out and you can see it. You know who took the shot? The table took the shot there.
Oh, that was
Good Lord. Look at that. Everybody look at that right now. Just, there should be shame. There should be punishment for this. You know what I mean? Like this.
It looks like a dog took a piss. Alex, did you pee on the table? Did you pee on the table, Alex? Sorry.
It's all right. I just want people to see the cleanup, to realize that we're responsible people here. All right. So anyway, as you guys are circling off here, I want to say again, Alex, continued good work as an instructor. You're killing it. One of these days will pop in for one of your classes. I don't know when. I won't announce it. I'll just magically show up one day. But I look forward to seeing you as an instructor and taking one of your classes. And it's great to get to actually know you a little bit better. Your journey is just on the beginning of it. Just stay focused, show up, do the work that your coaches ask. And I think good things will happen for you, man. So continued success to you, sir. Good chatting with you guys.
Appreciate you.
Well.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, you can go ahead and bring on our final panel here, and that is a Stephen Loebs in court. All right. So now we're getting to the point where we're doing our final fight of the evening, and whew, it has been an interesting evening. I still can't believe this thing popped on me. That really makes me mad. But nonetheless, we're glad that you guys have been joining us. We hope that you've been having a very, very good evening. Who won? Yes, staying Paddy in the first. That is exactly what happened. And a little bit earlier, Egghead, you did mention something, and I kind of want to bring some attention to it, which is that weekend, the next UFC, which I think is UFC 305. You mentioned ADCC, Craig Jones Invitational, and UFC. Too much for one weekend, which is incredible. What are you doing? Chair's broken. It's not that broken. Oh, you know what? It is. Hold on. Oh, I do see what's happening.
You gotta pound it down.
We're gonna leave it.
There we go. We're court with.
Fix. Yeah, I dealt with it earlier when they were overheated. They were falling apart.
No, just court with authority on these chairs, bro. Good work here.
It's a hammer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the owner, operator, president, and CEO.
And vice president.
You're the vice president? I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know exactly how those titles break up, but of New Ground Jiu-Jitsu and New Ground Media. One, Michael Frosto. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good. I'm ready for this fight.
Who do you have?
I actually don't know.
You don't know?
I'm gonna go with Rocky.
Okay.
Just considering the first fight, but Belal's changed a lot in his training.
It's true.
So I'm curious, but this is his first fight since that, right?
Yeah.
Since making that switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Do you think that that'll make a huge difference, though?
It could. I mean, and the only way I see it is like cardio.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be better. That's improved.
Okay.
Especially just like hearing how the training room is over there.
Mhm.
I assume you can't really get tired. You're like not allowed to.
I just always think of it like somebody was mentioning it to me and they go, but he has to be better at this. And I go, that's not necessarily true.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that he sees this and goes, boring fighting? How do I get boringer?
No.
This will only reinforce
Well, I
how
will
more
say
of a decision I make.
he is a wrestler, but he's not a like only wrestler.
Sure.
And so he is good at like throwing the strikes to get in. It's like take the shot, come up, 1-2, right back into the shot. Whereas like some of the other ones were more chase the takedown.
Sure.
So I think, he can blend it well enough. And again, just the pace.
Okay.
I think is going to be a big one.
Court, who do you have in this? Or wait, maybe I should ask two questions here. Who do you have in this, and who do you have in a parlay, prospectively?
Well, we don't have anybody in parlay now.
Oh,
that
no.
was over a long time ago.
That was done a long time ago.
We've won everyone except for that Leroy and Rodrigues going
we need
the distance.
Duncan. That was supposed to be the fight.
But Leon was on it too. It was Pimblett, Aspinall, Leon.
I think Leon's got it tonight. It's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be. You can't go against.
It is.
Good move.
Hold on. I was like,
What were you saying?
hold on.
Like,
He's
this
just,
is
Should we all
quite
get
the
closer
dramatic
to the
pause.
microphone?
he was literally drawing you all in,
I was.
and then he realized he drew himself in too.
He was waiting for
That
that.
was
I was
then.
like, there's gonna be something crazy coming out right now, but it wasn't.
The worst is when my tenses don't match up, and I have to go, "Oh, that's not a was, it's a is."
Yeah, oops.
Shit. All right.
Throwing something in a wishing well and hearing no splash. I know I threw something down there.
Sven, who do you have here, sir?
Leon,
You have Leon.
easy.
Particulars.
Within the distance or maybe by decision if Belal can handle it.
Okay.
I'm going to start
I'm
off with
thinking
saying
TKO.
Uh-oh.
those
I'm
are some
thinking that-
sick shorts.
Yeah.
Those are dope. Yeah, that's actually a cool design.
Yeah, I did enjoy that one.
You can scan and get your own. Scan the QR.
Scan it.
I'm
As soon as
very,
you scan it, $250.
I'm very glad that it did sound like
Somebody's got their own shorts.
Frosto was
Yeah.
essentially AI
Yeah,
right there.
sponsors, we get our own shorts.
That's how you know my man is like paying attention to every little graphic on the screen.
Every
He's like, "Oh,
detail.
there it is. Yeah, let me
Detail.
have
Like,
a
what's
little bit of
Tesco? No idea.
that." Tesco? Oh, available at Tesco. So is that like an online store?
It's like their Target
It's like they sell gas and T-shirts.
and Manscaped.
And pills.
That's literally what it was for. It was for
Was it
Manscaped.
really?
Yeah. It was like
Nice.
Manscaped, available at Tesco.
It's going to be a great meet. Oh, the hairline too, by the way. It has to be a great meeting, by the way, to have. That's like, well, we got dick pills and you guys got this. So
Yeah.
like, let's combine these forces
Perfect.
together. Done. We should acknowledge something here, which is, I didn't say this earlier, but I think it's because everybody was coming over to wish our good friend here a happy birthday. But there's other cause for celebration, Michael Frosto. What exactly happened to Sven recently?
Sven got his brown belt recently.
That was about time.
Sick
sir.
ass
Look
brown
at this.
belt.
Look at this. Well done here, sir. I know people say this, but it legitimately makes sense that every person at the party was like long overdue, and it is indeed a true marker of how much people love your jiu-jitsu, Sven. So congratulations to you,
Thanks.
sir. It's a very good thing to see. But I
To
was
be
just
honest, too, for when you first started coming back to training, we had like another party. I think it was the holiday party. And like literally leading up to that, everyone was like, yo, you giving Sven his brown? I was like, he just got back. I was like, no.
right.
And everyone's like, what the fuck? Why not? Like, you need to. I was like, no, he's going to wait.
I'm
Just
not
a little
worried.
bit
I'm
longer.
training forever.
Just a little bit
Yeah,
longer.
I don't
he's
care.
not going anywhere. And
Yeah.
we
I wanted the routine.
we had a thing where I went over and I just go like, how do you feel? And he goes, great. And I go, awesome. And then like there were a few people who
Sounds
just
about right.
Yeah.
kind of they did this thing where they start all like, oh. And I go, no, I get what's happening here.
Mm.
Everybody else is relieved and happy.
I do feel happy. Feel good.
Yeah, but everybody else was happier than you, which is
Sounds
not
about
usually
Dude,
the case.
Fucking relax.
We were all
Right?
fuck yeah. Speech.
That's when.
This is
Oh
sick.
yeah, you know what? That was the other thing is you offered him speech, and my man was just
Like,
like,
Dude, and that's what
nah.
I felt so weird about afterwards. I was like, oh man, he like gave this whole lead up to saying, we're only gonna give the rounds, and then I was
And you're
like,
the first one
No.
you even give a speech.
I'm not really a big talker.
you know, and the thing
No.
I thought at the very least we might be like, hey, thanks everybody, and then out.
Yeah,
And you don't have to. Not everybody has to. It's an option. And more importantly, I do have to tell you this though. I don't think you get away with it
Like, if you want to say
at
thank
black
you,
belt though.
we can roll. I don't know.
No. The dumb part is at black belt, you better have something in their pocket.
All right.
At least just a quick thank
That's
you.
gonna actually be the final test. I'm gonna hold the belt in front of you. I'm gonna say, if you can complete a speech, you get this.
I can
Wait,
be
hold on.
social. I just
Hold on.
don't
Wait,
want
that's
to be
the-
social.
Exactly.
Hold on. If that's the criterion, things are looking real up for me now. I just like the idea that when I did see that happen, and as you mentioned, you're like, Froster goes, hey, we wanted to leave some time just so that anybody who wants to give a speech can do it. And then they called you, and I was like,
It was more for the other guys. It was more for the other guys. I was just a fill-in.
But to be fair, the other person was Kevin Scott. And Kevin was so in shock that Kevin just goes, what? And then immediately goes, I don't have words. Thank you. Peace. And I go, this is the shortest reception we're ever gonna have. So let's treasure that very nicely. But
Next time.
nonetheless,
Next time.
next time. But like I said,
I'm gonna write something.
like if you need something,
Write it now,
I'll
add
Make
to
some
it.
cliff notes.
I was like, bro, I'll just feed
Val,
you lines.
before like wedding, she was like, are you gonna say something?" I'm like, I'll figure it out."
I'm gonna think it really loud.
So hold on, did you say something beforehand? I think he's getting new information here.
Sorry, buddy. I got
No, go take care. He's being a very attentive dad here, so
Yeah.
good on him.
Hurry up.
All right. I think I'm just gonna write him some pre-lines
Clip
just in
notes.
case. Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, bro, just
Yeah.
thank the family, thank the wife, and then you can get off stage. That's all you have to do.
That's all you need. Right, I'm ready.
All right. Very good to see here. So, how many times have they used these new gloves? Have you seen them benefit anything yet? Are we still undecided? Do we need more time to see how they work?
I'm indifferent. I'm
Okay.
not the biggest fan of them.
Okay.
At least the gold. I know it's like a different design. It looks cheaper.
Hmm.
That's about it. It doesn't
Okay.
look like it fixes any problems or anything.
Yeah,
But
I
not
kept. I don't know, man. I keep hoping that we fix this eye poking problem.
Yeah.
But
I
don't
would
think we
imagine
do,
there's
though.
another eye poke right now.
no, don't do that.
Imagine,
Don't.
though.
Don't.
Imagine.
I don't want to imagine.
Two
it.
in a
fact,
row.
No.
Like at that point, is Leon purposefully trying to get out of fights with Belal?
Oh,
Right.
Hold on. Hold on.
This is the ultimate conspiracy.
Just so you
theory.
understand this. This did happen.
UFC stands for Ultimate Fighting Conspiracy. That's what
Like, just so you understand what happened tonight, I literally was talking to Sven, and all of a sudden, I'm like gesturing, and Bear like comes right next to me, and like he
Oh.
catches part of like my like the tip,
Oh.
and like fortunately nothing bad happens. But I was just looking at him, and I'm like, wait, no, did I John Jones you?
Yeah.
No, I didn't even have the gloves on.
Like,
No.
oops.
So hilariously, Bear did this a little bit later. He was like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "I'm fine." And then maybe 10 minutes later, did this to me. Like
I know
just
what you did.
staring at me like I will never forgive you for this. So we
Leon
do
by armbar.
Leon by armbar. So this is what you were talking about could be improved, right?
Yeah.
And we already have evidence of that in the first minute of 5 rounds. Leon, I mean, he has double unders here
Mhm.
and no strikes
safe.
really being absorbed here other than some
Yeah.
peppered. Let's put some points on the board. But I think Leon wants this sweep and it ain't going to be hard
Oh,
to
just
get.
up,
But
up,
just stand up. Just stand up.
Nice.
Watch your back. And he's up against the cage.
Got the underhook on the near side.
Honestly, probably better for Leon on this.
Yeah. Nice. There we go.
Yep.
That's
This is a
clean.
much better thing
Yep.
for him here.
Oof.
So, Court, would this change your appreciation of this fight if there still was a parlay on the board? Because I feel like right now you are free enough to
Oh.
enjoy this.
Well,
if you
yeah,
need
I
to.
mean, yes. But either way, it's going to be Leon. So, I
Mm.
mean, that's what I'm pulling for.
Mm-hmm.
Parlay or not.
How do we think Leon's cardio is to wrestle for 5 rounds?
That's a great question.
I think you come in a certain way thinking it's going to be, and then
Mhm.
round 3 you discover,
Yeah.
rut-row.
Oh, he's trying to wrestle him too.
Absolutely. I think at this point, it's at the very least pushing him up against the cage to get a reaction out of it,
Yeah.
and then have him push off of it, and they can
Ooh,
play
nice
off of
elbow.
that. Oh, good Lord. If you are watching right now, thank you guys. We are broadcasting live from Strength and Mobility out here in beautiful. Is this considered Reseda? Like what exactly? Canoga Park. Thank you for that. Go. It's off of Reseda,
CP.
but yes,
Oh,
Canoga Park. Ooh,
Good knee.
that was a very
both
nice knee,
landed.
well timed.
Belal landed a nice right. Nice.
It was very funny because when we were about to acknowledge, ooh, look at this. We were about to acknowledge.
Brought a
like,
child.
you did
You're
bring a
one.
child. It was not a
There's
requirement.
a baby here.
But oddly, this is Bear's second appearance on a fight companion with us. So welcome back,
we
sir.
did the ADCC.
That's right. You brought him on.
Grandma,
I was
right?
like,
Yeah.
yo,
Say hi.
what's up?
What's up, Mr. Bear?
How you feeling tonight? Thumbs up indeed.
Yeah,
Love that.
solid.
Indeed, let's go. You're watching the fights right now. You see that?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So what was the over-under that this was going to go 5 rounds? Did they just say, like, you
They
know
said it's
better?
going minus 165 or something to go the distance.
Okay.
So almost 2 to 1.
2 to 1. Okay.
Yeah, this is where I feel like Belal's improved. His striking looks a lot smoother with his takedowns,
That
like
is
his
fair.
entries, and he's more willing now.
Yeah.
He's always been good at like pressuring, but now, he's like actually landing.
Good mix.
Yeah, his striking does look sharper. Interesting.
And I heard Leon kept saying, he's like, I feel just levels above this dude. That's a bad
Oh,
idea.
he's
Yeah.
getting him caught.
Thinking that as you go into a fight.
Yeah.
that's a
There
bad
we
move.
go.
Oof,
that's a good
yeah.
take.
Well
Nice, yeah.
done.
Was Leon prepared to fight at 5 in the morning? That is the question.
That is. I mean, isn't this dude British?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is he fighting that early? Is he training
Bro,
first thing in the morning?
Listen,
Right.
That's the question.
this is tea time to
Yeah,
him,
training.
dude. It's very
Yeah.
different. I think a lot of people, when they do see these improvements below, I hope that at the very least they can appreciate not just the fact that he's put up this streak, like this
Yeah.
very impressive streak in his career, but that it's like, all right, we did find a way to make him a much more interesting fighter. Because, dude, the amount of memes this man has taken as being the boringest fighter, sometimes I just think to myself, I'm like, is it really that necessary to shit on this
That was a
guy
good
this
first round.
much?
But everyone's like, if Belal wins, they're like, bring Shavkat. They're like, let's go.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on. Let's get a finish.
That's fair.
That was an awesome meme you put, by the way.
Hmm.
What was it? It was something time beats power.
Oh my God.
No, what was it? Damn it.
Decision.
Decision beats
beats
power,
power.
time beats speed, or something.
Yes.
Or just, what was it? What was the second part?
Yeah, no, yeah, you got that part. It was decision
Fight
beats.
time
Yeah,
beats
fight time
speed.
beats speed.
That's what it was.
I almost tagged Milton on that one, but I was
Awesome.
like, nah, I'm not even in a mood to hear him be like, why do you say this about me? And I'll be like, no, it's just funny. I just like telling him he can't sub people, even though he very
Nice.
much can. Beautiful takedown here.
Oh, that was a good one.
Excellent knee. I think we're just seconds away from seeing another takedown on this highlight reel.
Can I put your feet up on my legs?
Dude, landed that
You
nice.
can definitely
uppercut.
connect him so
Yep.
much more, man. Just the shell up that you saw on over by Leon was
Yeah.
an interesting place to see our
See,
champ.
Leon
at
had
the
a
very
buggy
beginning.
right there.
He had a buggy choke. Yeah, that's what he was gonna
First
do.
thing.
Ooh, but
Microphone.
Leon, much spicier right now.
You can talk into it. It makes you louder.
Absolutely, and it sends it out to other people.
Oof. Ooh,
Nice.
Belal's looking good.
You guys got any instincts coming up for this fight? Has your
I don't
mind
know.
changed because of what you've seen?
You know, I think
I'm
for
still going with Edwards,
I was about to-
but
I was
Belal
like-
looks much better.
Yeah.
I think if you're Frosto, it's a good validation of what you were hoping you would see out of Muhammad. I think
he's landed.
it was him saying like, yo, let's put some respect on this, and more importantly, let's also look at the fact of where he's training and let's see what it has as an impact on
Nice.
his game, which you are continuing to see thus far
Oh,
in.
Dude, when it's
Is
MMA,
he
you
gonna
gotta
stop
keep
it?
the space managed, dude. That was excellent. Push him to the cage. He can't sprawl on your takedown. You got the legs in front of you all day. That's excellent.
Ooh, nice.
And I mean, even if you're just absorbing this every single day in your training sessions when you have to switch things up, you're going to feel so much more comfortable in that position. Ooh, and create ways. Ooh, okay. Let's
take the back.
Yep. This is a good start.
Yeah, solid.
Interesting. I think the weird part is this is always, especially for MMA, not as much as when you're just doing regular jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
the amount of time you have to take to be very careful about losing this position.
You want to eat some of this, dude?
Dude, way too many people give it up.
Yeah,
Like, that's the first thing they do.
I know.
They're just like, I'll just get up, and then I'll work from there.
Ooh, nice on his
That
head.
almost knocked him out.
Yeah.
My
That
goodness.
was right on his
Well,
head.
listen, if there's a way to warm up to get that rear naked choke, that's definitely one of them.
Right?
I think they didn't have a kick, so they were just like,
Yeah, he
Like,
landed hard.
like
on
you
his
can
head.
check out my BJJ Fanatics
Made it
instructional.
spot
Throw a
on his head, he
motherfucker
landed
on their
so hard
head.
on it.
I mean, listen, 248. That's
Edwards
a lot of
is
time to
not
work
like
here.
that.
I think Edwards is
He's
still
peeling
a
him
little,
off. He's peeling him off.
I think he was still a little dazed from that, but
Oh,
the
for
instincts
sure.
are
Without
good.
a doubt.
It looked like he went limp
Yeah.
for a split second.
Speaking of which, I mean,
Oh,
Bobby
shit.
Green,
Well, he sent
yikes,
a
y'all.
shock all
Oh,
the way
yeah.
through his body.
Yeah.
Boom,
Nice.
right on
Straight
top.
on his head.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yikes.
That was brutal.
Yeah, he is that.
is he jacked or what?
I think he's
Is he all
very
messed up
jacked.
right now?
I think, well, now he looks composed and calm, but
Yeah.
I don't know that his.
It doesn't look urgent. That's what he needs.
He's like, I don't want
man,
that to
he
happen
just
again.
keeps
Please
lifting.
don't.
Yeah.
Love it.
I think now the
He needs more
he has,
urgency.
he has wherewithal. I think it's just a matter of, well, how do I fix this? Where the instincts aren't kicking in. That's.
Turn into your opponent.
I mean, listen,
Boy's
dude.
being out muscled.
If I'm trying to figure out what my strategy is here, I'm probably thinking like banana. Like, sorry, man, my brain just got dumped on its
yeah.
head. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly.
Acid,
Ow. I mean, this is crucial for Belal. I mean, this is a moment where he really could put away the fight, and yet our instincts tell us we're probably still going to see a third
See
round.
all the coaches
Oh, for
watching
sure.
the screen. That's so crazy. Watching the screen, not the fight.
It's tough, dude.
To see a better angle, yeah.
By the
Yeah,
way,
that's crazy.
I cannot tell you how many people. I know some people may not see this fully, but we have like a cheat camera above my main camera.
Yep.
So many fighters, when I do an interview with them, look at the cheat camera instead of me, and I go, "No, I'm talking to you, not that." So you put a screen in
But
front
how
of a
do
lot of
I
people.
look when you're talking to me?
I mean, sometimes you're pretty good. You're actually not
I
as
like
big
that
of a
white
habitual. What is that white thing?
That's powdered sugar,
Yeah.
man.
It's
It's delicious.
That's the best part.
Oh,
Go
nice.
show mama. You gonna go show mama? Oh, you
No.
gonna show her?
Oh.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, back take.
Oh.
Oh, smother
What's
effect.
that?
That's
Yo,
a raspberry.
just imagine you get submitted,
Yeah.
and then you go back to that training room, and they're like,
I
"We
low
never
key
saw
kind of
you."
feel like Leon's playing possum
Maybe, sure,
with just like letting him kind of work his position, get
burn
tired.
out his energy because
yeah.
he's not going to put him away like
'Cause
this.
he's not trying to get up urgently. He's like, yo, I got 5 rounds. And as soon as he got the space, he turned it up.
I mean,
The pace went up
I'm
quick.
willing to take that journey with you, but I'm also kind of in the space of
He got dropped on his head.
hold on.
You got an adventure.
But I mean, I think for Leon, at the very least, there's no real major amount of
Oh, he's
loss
stumbling.
there. It's just him being like, "Oh, I got this position. I reversed it very quickly."
Yeah, yeah. But he doesn't look tired.
No, but man,
Muhammad kind of looks tired.
yeah, this bodes well for a few things. One, the training, very good control for a lot of that for Muhammad. Two, Rocky actually didn't look bad when he was in really
Yeah.
bad spots.
No.
And he was composed, even though definitely rocked in that situation. So, okay. Court, as you're watching this right now, I would like to know, what are you feeling about the fight so far? Are you entertained? Are you enjoying it? Are you nervous? Like, where are you at mentally?
Definitely entertained. The 2 drops on his head
That entertained the shit out of me.
I mean, that can't be timed any better. That for
But
sure.
the second one, he put his hands down.
Yeah, the second one he caught
See the
himself, but I
T-bone?
mean, like, how do you like that is not good. That's
That
a
is not
shiver
good
down
for
the
your spine,
No.
dude. That is not good.
I was like, hands down, boom. He's like,
Really,
nope.
He caught
that's what the
that
second
one.
time he was like,
Yeah.
no, thank you. Nope, not happening again.
Like it's definitely something that's gonna be in the back of his mind now. That
Yeah.
he can get picked up like that, and then you gotta watch for it.
I do like hearing two people who are very well versed in the science of the body being like that bad. Like,
Yeah, that's not good.
undeniably a bad thing. For
Yeah,
you.
without it, I mean, you can
However
easily
many
be knocked out
degrees
that
you
way.
have, that's terrible.
Oh, he's
Don't
gotta
get
keep
spiked
moving.
on your head.
It's just-
Yeah,
It's just like everybody else watching that is like, ooh, cool. But
he
both of
probably
you go,
lost an inch.
Dude, he's
Absolutely.
keeping Leon on the fence.
Yeah.
There's
really
no way
well.
you can be fully recovered.
Really, really
You know,
well.
okay.
That type
God
of
damn.
impact.
So going back to what Frausto was saying earlier, where he was like, maybe let him burn out that last part. If anything, those coaches for
Yeah.
Belal are like, okay, now turn it up.
Turn
if
it
you've been
up,
playing
yep.
possum now, this is the time to release
Oh,
it.
nice switch.
Slipped out the
Look
back
at
door.
that, right?
No overhook or what?
I mean, listen, dude. It may not have a perfection to how he's making the movements, but it's not bad movements to be making
Nice.
at that
Good
time.
hand
Those
fight.
reverses are good.
Oh.
It shouldn't happen though. Like Belal
He's
had
way
the
behind
top,
his shoulder.
he
Nice.
should've had the overhook.
Ooh.
Ooh, that
Ooh.
was
Sick. Yeah.
Ooh.
That
Dude,
was
Damn,
They will
beautiful.
disown him so far and
Yeah.
so
He
fast.
can't go back to that.
Maybe he was
again.
rope doping, right?
I mean, listen, I don't know that I
It's
can
hard 'cause
qualify any
Belal
of this.
turned it up.
Yeah, he did turn. He just got reversed.
Yeah.
Oh, in his
Uh,
mouth, dude.
Yeah, I mean, listen, bro. At this point,
He's working it.
let's not make any of this pretty. Just be as aggressive as you need to be.
Be aggressive.
Right? Make it dirty.
Absolutely. I mean, listen. If sometimes you don't know fully what to do for here, just
Oh.
Right?
forge
Rake the
ahead,
face,
dude.
do whatever you gotta do.
Absolutely. Because you don't want to go back to that world of getting taken down and standing back up. It's going to exhaust you. And you for sure don't want to get pile drived on your head again.
Right?
If that's the one thing, if I'm a coach, I'm like, remember what he did to you a minute ago. You have his back.
some strikes.
Murder him. I mean, this is an interesting thing
Yeah.
to be in this position.
It's tough that he's on the fence though.
It is. It is
for,
also.
Leon.
Yeah, and it's also like you kind of feel like he's trying to go like into the strategy of like, what do I do here?
Yeah, it's hard. That's in the way.
And I feel like you kind of want to cut
He's like,
that
pick
angle
us up,
off.
man.
Pick us up.
Get me off the floor. This guy's just hanging on for dear life.
I mean, 228 is a long time
lot.
to be here, so you do get the sense that Belal is actually likely to get out of it? Question mark.
I don't
Yeah,
think
he
he
could
gets out,
turn
but
in,
the
right?
fence doesn't allow Leon to like square him up the way he needs.
I just don't know how long you
It's in
can
the way. He's trying to like
maintain
pull him up.
that position with that side of the triangle, that body
Yeah.
triangle.
You got
Like,
to
switching.
I think step over with the left
Clear in the
foot, get
head.
to mount, and then
that's
Oh.
probably the
arm
better way to
triangle
go.
facing the
Turn, belly down,
cage,
belly
right?
down.
But you get what I'm saying? Like I don't know how in danger Muhammad feels. He just knows he's in a bad spot.
Zero danger.
Still just
Mhm.
under 2 minutes left. That's
Hey,
still a lot
again,
of time.
make it ugly, ugly,
Yep.
uglier, please, sir.
He needs to get off that fence.
Yeah.
Or start throwing elbows.
I mean, Sven had probably one of the better comments, which is, why are we not trying to go to mount in this position?
What'd you say before you said the mount?
I think
thing?
it's risky.
You think it's risky
I
to go
think
to the
it's
mount?
risky,
Oh,
Bilal's super explosive.
that's fair.
Try and take them out. He's just going to roll back.
But being explosive after 4 minutes may be a little more muted.
Yeah.
I think if you get to that part where there's just a
No, no,
minute
no.
left, it's not a terrible option because it's. I mean, at this point, you're just gonna maybe get the 10-9 here.
Yeah.
Good control though.
I would try and make the switch now with 1 minute left.
It's a very interesting series of
Should be very lucky
facts
you
on that part for ground control.
got that. Are you happy you got that piece? You already got some, right?
Did you like it?
Was it good?
Yeah, he's like, I've had better.
He's like,
you know
it'd
what I
be
mean?
nice if I had more. One more. That's the famous saying, huh?
Yeah, I think I heard Bisping calling for an armbar here, and I'm like, bro, we don't do that
Do
here.
not
right
give
now.
up the back,
We-
dude. What are you doing?
nah, man.
Do not give
We
up
don't.
the back.
We're not about to
Get
do
some
this right
mountains.
now.
See, just throw more. He's not throwing.
Yeah,
At all.
it's very strange because I think he's gonna get over to his corner, and they're like, you could have thrown there
Yeah.
with that wrist ride, and been okay and scored some. Yeah, like even trying to put this together. Yeah, I'm interested to hear what the corner would say to him.
Hmm.
All right. Well,
Still 2-1.
still 2-1. Belal?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. I think that's a fair assessment. So how was the rest of this, sir?
Pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I had like 3 bites. My kid ate the rest.
Hey, man, listen, that's what kids are for. Here, have this. This is exactly the issue I would have been okay with if people at Mama had my birthday cake. Instead of being like, well, fatty, that's all you. And I go, no, come on, guys. Some of you are in better shape than me. You could eat this. They're like, nah, I'm not interested. All right.
This is for you tapping them. That's what you get.
You know, it probably is, honestly. I think
I saw sometimes you post like pictures of you getting like weird wrestling moves with
I'll
them.
get the pro wrestling though.
Double crab. And
Yeah. I mean, listen, most of them deserve it. Every once in a while, it's just something dumb that I pull off. And you know what was funny is I think it happened here once with one of your kids, maybe here. And you looked at me, you're like, did you get a half version? I was like, yeah, I didn't want to do the full version. And you're like, and you gave me this kind of like, I mean, you can if you want. I go,
yeah,
don't tell me that.
always.
And then all of a sudden they went to the same thing, and I'm like, oh no, they're not escaping right. I didn't do this, they did it, but now I'm gonna do
It's
it.
their fault.
It's their fault. All
Need
right,
to get off that fence.
Round
Bilal has
guy.
the best,
Circle,
has
bro.
much better ring generalship
Yeah.
for sure.
mm-hmm.
Ooh, there we go. Let's see. Circle. There we go. Circle.
You always had
Stay
the
off of it,
advantage
stay
when you
off
have
of
more
it.
space to
You're right
move
back
than the
in.
other guy.
Ooh,
Like Leon's forced to swing him off the cage, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Belal took center again, real fast.
I also wonder how much the current output is exhausting Leon right now,
Oh yeah.
because in turning it up, you're seeing him like take a little bit bigger of breaths.
Yeah, he definitely wants to tag him up.
Punches have slowed down.
Yeah. And again,
Circle.
Bilal doing a
Get
very
the
nice little uppercut there.
frick off
Yeah,
the
he definitely
cage,
needs
dude.
to angle a lot better right
Get
now.
off the
Yeah,
cage.
he's
Cir-
stuck.
circle forever until you're back in the center of the ring, dude. Ugh.
Dude, he's just
Standing there.
landing.
That's what happens when you think you're so much better than someone. I
Yeah.
guess you could just go in and be like,
I got
surprise, everyone's good.
this. Oof.
There we go.
Deep.
Nyeh,
Nah, you're going
Yep.
up, bro.
nyeh.
Nice.
There's no reversing this one right
Nice shuck, dude. You see him shuck that?
now. Yeah.
Oh,
Beautiful.
don't let that hook in.
He's
Oof.
staying tight, but there is one hook in.
Yeah, that's a deep ass freaking shin right there.
Yeah.
He just sprawls right now, and Leon's effed.
I mean, the nice part
Extend
is
him. Let's go. Don't go for the choke. Extend him.
Oh,
Now he
that's
can.
better for him.
Man, those
Switching
elbows
on
from the
that.
tight position are always so nasty.
That's
What
what,
was
I was
it?
hoping, but he's controlling the wrist. Leon still got a 2-on-1.
Josh Barnett just getting hip elbowed into the next
my
dimension.
God.
He threw his hip into it. You see that? He was like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
That was
I-
ridiculous.
I think I covered one of that. I think I covered that one live where I was like, oh my. Yeah.
Probably you did.
I
You cover almost everything.
well,
I'm
I mean,
so-
we
Oh.
were there for that one. This is better.
Now he's showing
again,
Leon how it's done.
You know, the nice part is continuously the cage placement for both of these gentlemen
Yeah.
has been very particular. Because Lala actually is in a much better position than Leon was in terms of back control and being able to finish from here. Just maybe would want a little bit off of that cage just to kind of clean it up.
This is something you need to
Leon's
incorporate,
forced to turn into guard.
Sven. You should incorporate that in your classes. Back positions on the fence.
Mm.
Because you start to realize like they're using the fence for majority of their takedowns, and like a lot of them are just getting them down enough that they can start taking the back using the fence. But then it puts you in a position where you're back on the fence. It's a little harder to angle the finish. Like you're limited on moving side to side. It's harder to escape. Yeah, you can't roll him the other way. It's like a whole nother dynamic now.
And again, we have 133 left to go in this fourth round.
Fourth round, that's crazy.
And you do get the sense that
we're gonna have another fifth round hit.
We will have a fifth round.
That's
and
so
yet
crazy.
Belal will likely be ahead 3-1.
3-1, yeah, for sure.
And if that's the case, there's a very small pathway to a victory for Leon. It's just we've seen the evidence of it throughout this fight where it has eluded him in trying to get the better of the striking or be that far ahead of him.
Yep.
But that is not the cloth from which he is cut.
Head kick, boom.
I mean, the head kick boom would be very interesting. It would not be that out of the realm.
Did you guys see that meme where like Belal was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take him all 5 rounds and torture him," and the one comment was like, "You can't even finish him in your dreams, bro."
Oh,
and now, yep. Wow.
You got 30
Dude,
seconds. Switch over.
Who switched on that camera?
Bertrand didn't point to the right guy.
You know, that's in the control deck. You're like, sorry, 2, sorry, 3, cut 3.
Let's go, Leon. Posture, bro. Posture and smash.
Wow.
Nice. Yep.
See, everything off the fence.
Go get that right cross frame, rock cross frame on the forearm.
Punch.
Yeah, legitimately just punch, bro. Like, I think we're starting to get the fact that you're not going to rear naked choke.
That's still a Belal. That's still a Belal round all day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. It's just an interesting like trivia
He's
moment.
giving the same speech right now. But
yeah,
you got to pull this one out of the fire, kid.
Always got to knock him out.
Came over, started. He's yelling.
It is wild because
we can hear that one.
No, it is. It is.
Whoa!
You have to throw it all at him.
He looks back at the camera. He's like, "You guys getting this?" I'm fucking inspirational.
This will be my next hype video.
To be fair, that's the right shit to yell at him, dude. Like, what are you supposed to be like? You're fine.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
No, yeah, you got to go get that finish, dude. You're down 3-1.
Hey, man, this is not looking good.
Who you got for Sandhagen Nurmagomedov?
I can't go against Nurmagomedov. I don't think.
It's going to be wild.
Yeah. I haven't seen enough out of him, though. I feel like Sandhagen has proven himself everywhere. Except for getting slept by Halserman in the RNC.
Happens.
Here we go.
Leon hanging himself out to dry with that big ass left hook.
Okay.
That wasn't a full committed left kick.
Yeah. That was a half piece.
Damn it. His toes are pointed
It's
upward.
It's coming.
Yep.
Oh,
yes.
Nice.
Ooh.
But again,
the 1-2 on the
That's
way.
one, though.
Right
That's
back to right back to utilizing wrestling to get your striking in. Well
That's
done
the thing.
there.
He'll just
bud.
go right back to his hands and like keep the pressure. Ooh,
So you can
nice.
stuff one takedown. You can't stuff 100, dude. You just keep shooting.
Well, even if you stuff the takedown, then if you're getting shot at and you're taking those hits, it builds up and it continues to make things exhausting for you.
And you can't
Goes back
sprawl
in.
when your freaking butt cheeks are on the cage the whole time.
Much. Had the right hook around. Drags him. Watch
Stay
the
up, Rocky.
fence.
Stay up, man.
Oh, man.
Don't you go down.
I was about to say, I was like, at this point, you need to start yelling back the inspirational back at me. Oh, he cut a better angle and utilized the cage much better on that, though. Good job, Belal.
And hook in.
It's still odd. But you can learn from your mistakes, though.
Yeah, let's go, dude.
That's worse.
Belal finish this maybe? Huh?
No.
Quick.
No.
Still no. I mean, I don't know. The weird part is you want to go from the fact, which is, all right, Leon's exhausted, so there is a potential that he could finish it. But then you go with Belal's history and you go, yeah,
Yeah.
probably not.
Yeah.
I can't tell if the
But
audience is booing.
I bet you he gets his black belt after this. Watch. They're
Yeah.
gonna come out. They're gonna hand him his hand him his black belt. They'll be like, "Hey, you didn't sub him, but you were close, kid."
You did enough.
Yeah.
I do. I like that is one of my favorite things about that, especially when they keep doing it to all these randos where you go, Perea just got promoted.
Yeah.
Oh,
KO.
wait, we could do that.
Yeah.
All right, good to know. Could you imagine just having that in your back pocket of your whatever? You're just backpack. You go, well, we
Yeah.
were gonna promote him anyway, so let's just do it for this because there's
Yeah.
a lot of people here.
Let's wait for the left hand.
This is again just a interesting display of, all right, audience. You know what? Here's what I want to say. I feel like the internet willed this result.
Yeah.
Like all of you guys who said this is the way the fight is going to be, we had evidence it might be a little different, but I feel like you put the bad juju in the air, so I'm just going to blame you guys. And honestly, there's some interesting aspects of it. It's just you're getting the fight you kind of were mocking and wanted.
He's gonna get out with 1 minute left.
Mm.
He's gonna turn around, finish it with 20 seconds left.
If you did call this, it would perhaps be the best call ever made on
That'd
this
be
show.
insane.
30 more seconds. He's working his
30.
way out. He's looking for his angle. He's hand fighting.
Hey, you know
hand
what?
fighting.
He had last time he found his
Yeah.
way into guard,
Yeah.
so it's
yeah.
not out of the realm of possibility. It's just not looking good. Boof! Yell more inspiration at me, please.
All right, 10 seconds. He'll be out.
I mean, that triangle's a little wonky right now. If you keep turning, interestingly. Not great. Still not happening great. Kind of shoving over while doing a decent job of maintaining just a stall position. Now he's thinking like, oh, do I do that?
Arm
Grab the
bar.
back of the head? No, don't do the
He's
arm
gonna
bar.
arm
Who's
bar. He's gonna arm
stop
bar him.
it.
Oh, and he's out.
And he's out. Let's go.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, let's go. Oh, he's cut. He's cut.
He's got 30
Yo,
seconds.
I'm telling you, this is it.
This is the dumbest thing
Oh,
I've ever
dude, he's cut bad. Let's go.
Let's go.
You owe it
From
to
the
us.
trenches, Rocky. From the trenches.
15. Oh, head and arm.
No,
Let's
don't
go.
try to sub him. Just fucking punch
Just
him.
elbows.
Right,
just
I know,
elbows
right?
here,
Keep
elbows.
dropping those elbows.
Why are you
Elbows.
stopping, dude?
Oh, come on. You blew your shot, Rock. You blew your shot.
Ah, yeah, you waited too long. Why wouldn't you do that sooner? He had it. He should have been doing that sooner.
Dang.
Man.
He should have
Okay.
just kept dropping.
Yeah,
Just kept
dropping
dropping.
those
Hold
blows.
on. Had he done the Aspinall
Yeah.
and just nonstop,
Let's just say this.
easy stoppage.
I think we should give proper credit before they negate all of this in about
Yes.
2 minutes. Frosto, that was an excellent call.
I'm saying.
You had it. If on your way home, you're bullshit. Get out of here. If on your way home there is an opportunity to pick up some lotto tickets,
I might.
you
Yeah.
might want to indulge those
Yeah.
feelings because you are on a very particular hot streak. Now, granted, it might not be the full jackpot, but $200 is never a
Let's-
bad
we're
thing
gonna
to
check it.
go at. So I'm just saying.
All
Right,
right,
up
man.
4 quarters.
I'm sold.
It is very funny to be that particular to be like, I think in the last few seconds we're gonna see a assault and then just the massive amount of
Bro, his
blood.
nose is cut
It is
bad.
bad right now.
Yeah. Show me
In
this
fact,
Monaco
yeah, show it
replay.
again.
Oh no, this is highlights.
Yeah,
All right.
boo. Get to the thing we want. Actually, you know what? They're kind of building time, I think.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't have it yet. Stall. Bink.
Oof.
Okay.
I think
That
Rocky
uppercut
took
was
it.
really fun. And continue great work here
Yeah, buggy right there. All day.
every time.
Right here on his head.
No.
Oh.
That's so
I
bad.
think there was a moment though in his brain he thought he was gonna roll through
Yeah,
it.
he thought he was going to be able to
I
tuck
was just
that.
like, all right, I'll just tuck. Bink. Yikes.
It's like when you're teaching the front roll to the trial guy. They just-
Right? I'll make it. That's when your teeth click.
So you want to clear your head? Nope, not like that. But
The worst is just sitting there with like
oh,
probably
right there.
with timer in hand, going, "Nah, man, that wasn't it." But look at that. Look at that beautiful shot, at least to end the fight, and just give
That was
Michael Frosto
nice.
a glimmer
Too little,
of
too
the
late.
best
Glimmer of
call
hope.
of all time.
I'm for real gonna go to 7-Eleven and get a little
Yeah,
scratcher.
absolutely. Please do, sir. All right. You're about to likely see a changing of the guard here.
Or potentially a robbery.
Oh, wow. If it is I can't.
We
you know
are
what? Let's
in
not do that.
Manchester.
We are, but they can't do that. Here we go. About to see a hand raise here, and we will see if people are that angry about it here, and it does look like it is incredibly likely in 5,
And
4,
And
3, 2, 1.
Dang.
Congratulations to
Peace out,
Bilal
Rocky.
Muhammad, who
his wildest.
Too late.
Yeah.
Too little,
Gets-
too late at the end.
his moment. And you know what? Here's the thing, dude. It's great to see someone realizing this
Mm-hmm.
when you realize that they didn't want him to have this.
Yeah.
So many opportunities didn't give him that shot. People kept asking about it. It became a joke that people would say, give him a shot, give him a shot.
Yeah.
And you kept thinking, like, you could come up with 1,000 reasons why he doesn't get a shot, but tonight he got his shot
Yeah.
and won it. So, in that regard, you cannot hate on this moment for this.
I think
man.
that also gave him time to improve to this
Oh,
level because he
for
looked
sure.
really good.
for sure needed that growth.
I'm sure
to
you
happen
could have
to
probably
get
thrown
this.
him up there sooner.
Yeah.
Maybe not a good result.
Yeah, would not have been the same. I'd also we have to figure out a better receiving line for when you win a championship. 'Cause
Yeah, yeah.
if I'm standing there with a microphone being like, "Bro, we want to go home,"
Yeah, yeah.
you can do this all in 2 minutes. So we're going to hear in a second what it is that he is saying with DC. It is very sad that this dude is like, "Yo, can I just have a moment? My family's here, everybody." Go wait. Why did you put on glasses?
Right in here, you got all these hot lights.
This is not even that bright. Anyway, go train over at New Ground Jiu-Jitsu. It's a great place.
Open mat tomorrow.
Open mat tomorrow.
10:30 to 12:30.
All right, be there, sir.
Later.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming on, Michael Froster. Everybody, long time for. Ooh, it's still bleeding. Ooh, look at that. All right. What we're gonna do right now is just get the last few seconds here of this. And then we're going to close up shop here, but that high C is so good. Oh. Like, that's the thing we should be talking about. I feel like this is probably, if anything, like, look at that high C that he got that essentially, gave him, essentially in my brain, the fight.
Later, bro. I'll see you this week. Oh, Matt. See you tomorrow. No, maybe.
He's like, I don't know.
We have sparring at noon for guys competing in August. But
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't have to spar.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything.
See you tomorrow? Later, brother.
I'll try.
Yeah, maybe.
All
No,
right.
I'll be there for sure. But maybe I'm sparring. Bye, Eval. You're a great commentator.
Bye, Raph.
Good work, kid.
I'm trying.
You did great. Good
Gotta
work.
start
You're going to be
somewhere.
on the next one, though. I'm not forgetting this. All right. DC is now putting it on him. You guys go do what you need to do. We'll close this out here in a second. We're I like that he's like, but can I bring up a safety meeting before we close everything out? Yeah, because you're gonna have plenty of time for me to
Yeah, you're ready.
wrap this on out. But
yeah, hang out, man.
so the nice part, oh God, DC's voice.
It sounded like that last week too.
Yeah,
The week before,
you know what it is?
sounds like he's sick or something.
I think it's just hold
Just
on,
Too much work.
potentially. Don't.
Say it. Say it. Say it. DC,
Wait.
DC's
fought like
goatee
Canelo.
getting gray.
you are the best boxer on the planet. Let me get out of here, bro.
I have to be
I
honest.
don't
Yeah,
wanna go
no,
home, apparently.
I have to be honest. That dude literally held him hostage to be
Give
like,
me
"Say
my
I fought
clout."
like Canelo.
He
I'm
stopped
that
right
good.
here.
I think the weirdest part about this is I'm not sure how many people want to see this again.
They
Bam.
are tired.
Sure,
of
but
this fight and of the time.
but think about it like this: if you're Dana White and you're looking to do something now with a champion you don't
You're
really
deleting
love,
both of these fighters, and you're getting Shavkat versus someone weird up there.
that's fair. Oh,
What gets to happen is he gets to have 7 injuries that are going to postpone his return for a year, and he gets to keep the belt for the whole time.
He's from Chicago. They'll have him in. His defense will be in Chicago.
I mean,
I
that-
hope not,
that
because then
would-
Juliana Pena has to join the card.
Oh boy, yikes!
I'm not mad at her. I don't know her.
No, I know
I'm
you're
sure
not
she's-
physically mad at her. You're just like, I refuse. She is one of those people. Like, by the way, she is a former friend of the show. No. When I say former, because I was like, she has appeared on our show, and we are friendly.
It
with
wasn't
her.
even like it was just the whole like you saw all the memes, dude. It was
It's
just,
yeah. I know.
All right.
It got weird. You know what it is? It's like
You can't cross your feet. It's like
Yeah.
a basic instinct and thing. You got a penetration step and a recovery step. It's like
yeah. I will say this. One of my favorite things about interviewing people is like you almost feel like sometimes, and I don't know that this was her case, but I feel like with some individuals, you have to already figure out your statement that distances you from them because you're like, you're gonna fuck up. You're gonna do something.
nah.
You're gonna do something real dumb. Like we never knew Gary Tonin. Gary Tonin was never a friend of the show, and I
Is that
remember.
dude messed up?
No, he's not. But
no
I just
way, dude.
I-
He
the,
like kills.
but the
he
reason-
fought Paul Harris.
the reason why I told him that is I was like,
3
you're.
times.
The reason I told him that is I was like, you're dumb enough to say something so idiotic that even you are gonna be like, that was dumb.
He has patches in the hair. Is that from a thing or is that like a style thing?
No, it's from a thing. I told him he was Jada picketing, and that was
He's like, I have a
before.
fucking skin
Well, no,
disease,
that's
sir.
before the slap happened, and he was like, I'm doing this thing. Me and Jada, I'm in like it's lockstep with her, and then the slap happened, and he comes back on the show, and I go, well. That was a choice that you made, and things are different. He's like, I'm no longer with Jada. I don't follow that ritual anymore. So it's very dumb and big. Gents, let's do this. Let us go ahead and plug here. We want to go over to our far left. Alex, we shout out your classes. When do you teach, sir?
Every Wednesday and Fridays, 5:30 p.m.
Say it with your chest,
I was
Alex.
like-
Come try class.
I was like, I was like,
Are you Theo from 92.3 Beat? What is going on here?
It's late
Uh,
night. You gotta bring the late night vibe.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Let's groove on Wednesdays and Fridays.
We're
at
closing out.
5:30
We're closing
with
out.
jiu-jitsu.
Hey everybody, this is a real special time. Do you have a special lady you want to do some jiu-jitsu with? Just make your way on out to the mats out here, strength and
Right?
mobility,
That's right.
5:30. The lights may still be on, but when I
Yeah,
get
we
this
got
choke
dimmers,
on,
dude. We got
Going on
for
tonight.
real dimmers.
them lights gonna go out real quick, night, in more than one way. Anyway, all right. Well, congratulations again to you, sir. Keep up the great work. I told you I'm going to come visit your class. I will at some point. So, but I'm not going to tell you when. I'll tell them when, but not you.
Right?
Why are you flexing on them hoes? dude? Like, don't scare the audience before we get them out of here.
For no reason,
Yeah, I was about to say. You know what it is? Of all days, I come
reason
visit.
for this
TikTok.
My man.
How's 100 degrees outside? You don't have a tan. What is going on here?
It used to be white. It used to be white. I'm evening it out.
It used to be white.
You
Is
speak
very
Spanish,
funny.
you don't
by the
need
way.
a tan.
Nah, dude, he's all right. He's just
He's all right.
he's got to go. He's got to go to 24-hour fitness right now and get his lift in. You know, he's gonna be fine.
It's about right.
No. I'm just saying. This place is closed right now. Hey, listen.
Up right now.
Hey, first of all, thank you very much, Court. Please, let me see. I think this is for you over here, Court. I'm gonna put the camera on you. Tell the people where they can come and when they can take class with you, sir.
Yeah. I mean, we're open Monday through Friday, 6 a.m., 7:50 or 6 a.m., 7:30 a.m., 5:15 p.m., 6:30 p.m., and 7:30 p.m. strength and conditioning. It's private training in a small group setting, so come on and get it in. We have 10 people in class, and whatever you need, we're injury prevention and strength and conditioning, getting you ready for your sport or just life. So however you want to live, this is the spot.
Yeah, you guys have a great mix of individuals. Like you could tell there are some people who are coming for sport, some people coming to extend the way that they live, and some people just trying to have healthy habits. So
Old athletes, right? People that were athletes their whole life, and this is where they can keep going. Right?
It's also just the approach that both you and Sven have. It is incredible to have that amount of wealth and knowledge that people can really learn stuff from. It's very funny because even tonight, when you guys were watching part of this fight, again, I can't emphasize this enough. Everybody watched that and goes, "Oh, that's a dope takedown." And my two experts at kinesiology and bone structure are like, "Nope,
yeah, right,
nope, not good. I can feel very bad things in my body from just that look." So, good stuff here. Appreciate you guys, Sven. That is going to be your camera over here. I would like for you to look over there and tell people.
Right,
yeah, this one right here. So tell the people.
Right at it.
No, don't. That doesn't work like that.
Put your eyeball in it.
What's happening?
Here we go.
Oh wow.
It's still not
No,
on.
you just unplugged it. What did you do?
They're all off.
Wait, no, hold on. I can go to the other backup cameras. It's just
there we go. We're live now. You're not live anymore.
If you plug
Just don't
that in
even
on the
touch
bottom
it.
side,
This
this is not the choice to be making.
Technical
Just come
errors.
over in my chair then.
Here. Come on.
See it goes in the camera, not in the stand.
So okay, Alex.
So anyway, while I got you here,
Yeah,
you know, those fights were pretty amazing.
the fights
man.
were really good.
Not a bad card.
By the way, they gave the first and the third round to Leon Edwards on Laura Sanko's card.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
It's very interesting because we had her going. We had it 2-1 going into round 4.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So it's underneath, guys, far left. No, other side. Sorry, far my left. I guess you're right. So it sneaks in there. So just leave it alone. Give it a second.
Should reboot.
It'll
Don't touch
then
this thing. Come back
Sit
and
right
sit
here.
down.
it'll then come back to me. Boom. We're good. It came back on. So no, don't make the same mistake twice.
It's so that we still
This
don't
is
see you.
This is
We
still
still
like
don't see you. There you go.
there.
Later, Eddie.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for coming.
Have a great one. I mean, I won't deny that's a pretty good shot. So maybe next time we even do it that way too.
But then they can't hear you.
Wait,
They can't hear what you're saying.
like it does look very pretty. I'm not gonna lie. So
You gotta stick right there.
you
You
don't
don't have that much
you
extension.
it's on you.
What was the question?
So what we
mic's
should
on.
point out, the microphone is over here, so they're still not even hearing you. All right,
They don't know what you're saying.
come this way, sir. That's you. I can frame you up.
Oh, look, on the spot. Look at you right there.
Look
Look.
at that.
Boom.
Boom. Okay.
Boom.
So
All right,
do
we're
the
back.
plugging. Do the plugging.
And
Tell the
we're
people.
back.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
look that way.
We got weightlifting degree and certified coaches who actually lift here to help guide you through your lift. Classes are an hour long. We got mornings and evenings classes, and it's meant to just make you maintain the vehicle, get stronger, become more athletic. Any of those aspects. If you're just chilling on the couch, you got to move it. You know, we've evolved to move, and if we're just chilling, you can't let that take over your body. You can't. Sedentary lifestyle makes your shoulders forward, head forward, belly stick out, legs weak. You got to fight the habit. You got to get standing and moving.
I'm glad you said that because that was my exact posture I just had right there. So
An object in motion stays in motion.
Oh, and we got martial arts,
Yeah, don't
kickboxing,
forget
Yeah.
that part. Combat
jiu-jitsu,
Academy.
wrestling, MMA.
we got Combat Academy over on this side. Gentlemen, I just wanted to say thank you so much for letting us come to do the show here.
Thanks, Ralph.
What I want to do is I'm going to close up here in a second, but before we did, I just wanted to say, if you guys would be so kind, we would love to have you guys have each one of these. So, you guys, Grappling Hour shirt for you and a Grappling Hour shirt
Oh,
for you
I
guys.
got one.
You did get one, so
No, I got one.
you did.
This is my second one.
So you have
This
two.
is-
Yes.
But do you have that color though? That's what I thought. Okay.
My man.
My man, thank you, sir.
I
And it's a
wear
different
double
one because it was a
XL.
different. What's that? Wait, is that double XL or
No,
is
I
it?
was just playing.
I was
I
like,
didn't even look.
I was like, bro. I know I gave
What?
XL because I was like,
As
yo.
soon as this show ends, we're getting Raph a shirt.
Oh, that's very nice. And listen, I appreciate that.
Ooh,
I thought you might
let's
like that.
go,
All right.
dude.
So,
Perfect color.
I figured you guys might be okay with those. My thanks to you, Sven. My thanks to you, Court. You guys
Sir,
have a
thank you.
wonderful establishment here, and your kids continue to get so much better every time I come. Like continual progression. You're building monsters, and I love hearing even this kid, tell me tonight, like when he's but Yuval telling me like, I'm just trying to get better, man, because that's what I'm doing. And I go, oh, he's already got the little samurai mentality. Like this kid's 17, and then all of a sudden, like, coach is gonna beat you up for some stuff that you're challenging his pick, and he goes, it's okay if it's the way it's gotta be.
From it.
It's the way it's gotta be, and I'm like, good for you, kid. So
He's getting there.
I appreciate that.
There's a drop on the head again.
Oh my goodness. It's just, you know what it is?
All
It's just
night.
all on
All
repeat.
night,
This
yeah,
whole thing.
Sweet ESPN top 10.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start closing this down, but I just want to tell you guys real quick before we sign off. We are doing a fight companion for ADCC. So just in case you guys don't know, the Craig Jones Invitational and ADCC, we will be doing a fight companion live from Vegas. So what that means is August 16th, 17th, and 18th. We'll be doing a series of live event coverage out in Vegas. What do you like? You're not going to be out in Vegas, bro. I was like, don't get in the shot unless I have you as a reporter.
I'll gamble.
But what we want you guys to do, show up for us. We're going to do a fight companion all week. Hang out, give us your questions. We're going to have live correspondence at every single aspect at both the Craig Jones Invitational and at ADCC. So that is happening very soon. Be back here for that. As always, you can go to our patreon.com/grappling hour. You can see our interviews 30 days before anybody else for just $5 a month. And for a few extra bucks, you can see some technique breakdowns, some tape studies with the athletes talking about their fights, and much, much more that is not available anywhere else. You can also catch us on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts for all of your grappling needs on audio form. Go there, like, subscribe, give us, some of those comments too. And if you haven't subscribed to us here on this YouTube channel or wherever you're watching, please do that. It is very much appreciated. All right, ladies and gents, that's going to do it for us here, reporting live from One Strength and Mobility in Canoga Park. Please come here. Come train. It's great stuff. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats.